What's up? What is up, everybody? Oh, hey, Rob. How did that game go? I fell asleep, and that was a serious question. I was sleeping, but it is beanie time. I've been awake for like 10 minutes. Puppet, it's nice to see you in here. Mary Beth's joining the crowd tonight. Hello, everyone. Mark said, let's go Colts. Yeah, the one time a year you show up is the one win that you're going to get all season. But thanks for showing up. I do appreciate it. Colts are probably going to have the number one seed. They're going to take that QB from Ohio State, but, or number one pick, sorry, in the draft next year. They're going to get a new QB, sit behind Matt Ryan for a year. It's nice to see me in here as well. Yeah, I really didn't see it, but oh yeah, Mark, I think you owe my dad $50 because you said Carson Wentz was gonna win MVP last year, and I don't think he even came close. Also, it was very welcome. Yeah, I totally missed it, so I'm guessing Green Bay won. He got unhurt, unluckily. Yeah, the Jags are gonna win that division, and how embarrassing is that gonna be for the Colts and for the Titans this year? Bro, the Reds fans, they're fine with losing. The Cubs fans actually get butthurt about it. That's the difference. Colts start off rocky, but watch, you're gonna find out, Groove. No, dude, you got Tennessee next week. If you lose that game, your season's over. But anyway, tonight we've got the Niners and the Broncos in here. And, it should be starting in the next 5 minutes or so. I'm working my way up to it. Mark, thanks for coming in here, man. I like to argue with everybody, but I thoroughly enjoy arguing with you as well. Who's everybody got in this game tonight? Let me go check out the community tab, see what you guys said. Bronco country. Yeah, Broncos are just as poverty as the Colts, man. Handsome man Jimmy G. Let's see. 73% said Niners, 27% said Broncos. So, wins for MVP. Oh my god. I can't handle this already. Chiefs are overrated. Yes, but at least we are not a poverty franchise. That's going to play this QB carousel until they just relocate or fire the team or get rid of everybody and just cancel the Colts completely. You've been a quarterback away for like 5 years. Plus, you killed Andrew Luck and you killed Peyton Manning. I'd rather be overrated than whatever that is. That's right. Matty Ice out for blood. Dude, Matty Ice needs to take his blood pressure medicine. Like, you need to chill. That's what you guys said about Phillip Rivers, and that's what you said about Carson Dentz, but you lost to the Jaguars to keep you out of the playoffs, and then you got shut out by the Jaguars this year with your brand new quarterback. Why is everybody I talk to in here though? Like, I just want to know why have all of you wanted to fight today? I was just in the chat during, when Dad was streaming earlier. Everything was good. Um, Rob came in here, guns a blazing. He doesn't want to fight with me now, but we got Mark in here. Puppets, chill. Puppets, chill. All right, we got that scoreboard ready. We got just probably a minute or two left until we get this game started. You got to work out the kinks. Oh yeah. You definitely owe him some money. So I'll bring the clip up. I clipped it somewhere. I was happy to see Brady knocked down. Always makes me laugh. It makes me smile. What's up, Lisa and Joey? That's what preseason's for, though. You got preseason to start working out the kinks, and then week one's madness, and then week two you get back on track. I'll meet Papa Shane for dinner. I don't know if he's gonna meet you for dinner. I don't think you guys would be able to handle that long. This football game today has been on like a. He said I can do anything. Well, maybe he will meet you for dinner then. But like this is set up weirder than normal because normally we have like the pregame going into like kickoff in a few minutes ago. It said 7 minutes till kickoff, but they haven't really done a pregame. They've just been recapping like basically, I think the 4 o'clock games. I don't know if this is on a different channel than normal. I just scrolled until I saw NFL, so I really don't know, but I'm used to like seeing like on Thursday obviously you got the crew, but on Sundays I feel like all day there's a crew of somebody talking about it. What's up, Craig? Yeah, another crazy Sunday. I absolutely love it. I'm here for it. Things did not go 100% the way that I wanted them to, but I had a great Sunday, like, in terms of, like, I loved every minute of these games today. Like, the Colts took an L, or the Colts beat the Chiefs, and that's fine because, the biggest threat in the division, or in the AFC went down with Buffalo. Everybody else in the division lost. Well, the Broncos haven't played yet, but so I'm pretty content. Probably because NBC is really mad about how horrible these two teams already look. I don't know why they let this happen, man. We got Russell Wilson like every other week. We got obviously the NFC East like once a week. How did we fare on our picks? I know you wrote them down. What if Tyreek Hill kills the Chiefs? I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't even think we've got Miami this year. But we got Tampa Bay, I think, next week, and right now it doesn't seem like a huge problem. Bengals finally look like they know how to play football, yeah. Against Joe Flacco, who's been throwing interceptions to the Bengals since like 2008. I thought that he'd pull something out, but playoffs, yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. That'd be crazy. The Bengals did look good, though. They had a bounce back win, so they're a little bit out of the doghouse. I don't know. Tampa won't score points. Did the Ravens win today? Yeah, they did. Saints lost. Texans and Bears. So the Texans lost. Dolphins won. Tennessee won the Raiders game, correct? Yes. Would have been awesome if the Texas won. I really, really was hoping that would come through and win. What's up, TJ? Yeah, they did. They rolled during the second half. The first half really teased me. Yeah, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it because during that game, Bengals was on majority of the TVs at work, which makes no sense. They were literally in New Jersey and the Chiefs were in Indiana. The casino I work at is in Indiana. I don't understand that, but um so I didn't get to see a lot of it, but when I went over to our sports book to check it out, it was like every single game on a TV all at the same time. So it was a lot going on. So I didn't get to keep up with everybody as much as I wanted to. Let's get some kind of scoreboard on here. We got handsome man Jimmy G taking on Russ and the Broncos, who have had a very rocky start this season. I'm not ignoring anybody, but I'll read your comments just a second. Let's get this. All right, needed that. Okay, let's see. Mac Jones got his ankle rolled up. Yeah, I saw that he was being evaluated for some kind of injury with his leg, but whoever was in here talking about it during my dad's stream, they didn't have any update on like what had happened. The Bills are only human today. That's true. Baker won. Yeah, Baker did win. Good, good defense and special teams for the Panthers really pulled through for them. Jameis Winston is not looking good with those fractures in his back. I forgot to pick the game on Thursday. Yeah, I picked. I had intended on picking the Browns. They were who in my weekly picks, but I didn't get to put that pick in either, Dave. Nothing is broken, but could be ligament damage. That's almost worse than a bone, in my opinion. Like, did they give a timeline on that, Craig? I know a lot of Patriots fans are upset that the Dolphins won that game. I had a bunch of comments on my post saying, like, I'm a Pats fan and I hope they crush the Dolphins and stuff like that. Colts celebrating like they won the Super Bowl. This was their Super Bowl, man. Just like Minnesota, beating Green Bay in week 1. At least the Bengals didn't lose in the final seconds this week. I had flashbacks to the Cleveland game at the end of that. Seriously, like it felt like they were going back, and they had like 13 points in the last 2 minutes. It was around that amount of points that they needed, and so I was like, "Oh man, are the Jets really gonna do it 2 weeks in a row?" And the Jets really didn't look all that bad. They had a couple guys go out with injuries, like their rookie wideout, Garrett Wilson, and a couple other guys. The Bengals had lost DJ Reader in that game. And so, like, I was just like, I can't believe I'm going to watch this 2 weeks in a row. Devontae Adams missing Rodgers. Yeah, not going 0-3 is definitely huge. Yeah, Devontae Adams is not having quite the same season that he's used to in Green Bay with Las Vegas. I think one game he had like 12 yards. In this game, I think he had like negative yards in this game or something like that. Last I saw. I think Rodgers' problem is that all of his wide receivers, we're going back to normal everything, like Sammy Watkins is on the IR. All of his other receivers are dealing with injuries, so it's just putting a heavy weight on a bunch of rookie wideouts. I think that's the only issue. Cincinnati sports are struggling. I mean, that's nothing new. Cincinnati's dealt with that since Cincinnati had sports. Yeah, I knew Lazard had been sick, and then I think the rest of them were a little banged up. Man, this is like no pregame, but drug out the longest to start a football game. But it looks like we are getting started. George Kittle is back today. Jerry Jeudy is going to be active for the Broncos. Oh, Jeff Wilson. I was like, oh, that's a little confusing, but I get what you're saying. I don't know what I need. If I even have any dog in this fight. Gonna be a low scoring game. I don't know about that. I do not have anybody left. And the person I'm playing against only has Saquon left. Dude, I saw that his numbers were crazy. He had like 8 catches for just under 100 and a touchdown. Like, that's really good. Especially, I mean, I know it's a low scoring game, but even if they're not scoring points, that means, they're keeping the ball, time of possession. Look, people might not like it. People might say it's ugly and whatever, but it was an earned win by the Packers. It was a meltdown by the Bucs, honestly. When did the Niners get Ray McCloud? Oh, so kick is up, and the Niners are going to start with the ball. Ray McCloud is going to return it. He takes it from about the 7 or 8, but he runs straight back across right across the field instead of going forward and for no game. Judy's nursing bad ribs. I need to see if he can take a hit before I trust him. That's fair. Yeah, the offense is ugly, Dave, but they're still getting it done. I mean, the only bad part of that was, the interception thrown. Other than that, I don't know. I just feel like it's not conventional to what you're used to, so it looks even worse. But 1st and 10, they hand it off. It looks like it's going to be Jeff Wilson. I'm not really sure the numbers because the Niners running backs just keep getting switched in and out every single week. And he only gets a short gain. But, I think the Packers are going to be just fine. Okay, they got 2 yards on that carry. So from their own 12 now, they have Ayuk in motion. He fakes the handoff, then ends up dumping it down to Deebo Samuel, gets the first down, and he's fighting for an extra 5 yards. Very tough run right there. It will look more like the recent Niners than Packers. I mean, the recent Niners have been winning too, so as long as you're doing what you got to do, at the end of the day, a win is a win, no matter how ugly it is. And that's what Colts fans are thriving on right now. 1st and 10 from the 25. He hands it off. I thought he faked it to Deebo Samuel. He only gets about a yard, and he gets stuffed up. And 2nd down coming up. I think my favorite player currently on the Broncos offense is definitely Javonte Williams. I really like this Niners offense. 2nd and 9. He fakes a handoff again, stands in, throws, and it's batted up by Brandon Ayuk, and nobody comes down with it. Could have been picked up. I heard Sunday night football games that start at daylight, ends in the edge of night. Very nice. I mean, I agree. I just love football, man. Except for we got kind of a dud tomorrow. That might end up being a good game. We'll see. It was just great coverage by Denver right there when Brandon Ayuk went up for that. 3rd and 9. Jimmy G stands, throws, quick pass, batted at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be 4 and out. The Giants have something working this year. It could be a good story. I mean, yeah, Brian Daboll taking over at head coach. You know, he sat in the Bills offense the last couple of years. Didn't do really all that bad. I mean, look at the success they have. And then he gets handed his own team. He hasn't had a team in about 10 years, like, other than being with the Bills. And so he's getting another shot or whatever. And he's making all those pieces that are there work, and it kind of just like makes you wonder if they had it right all along or if they just have always like had bad coaching the last 5 years. So they punt the ball and it ends up going out of bounds around the 25 to 30 yard mark. Anytime I get to watch Dallas get beaten up is always a treat. I mean, I hope that's the case. I really do. So there's going to be 12:50 left in the first quarter. We're going to cut to commercial break, and then Denver will take over for their first possession. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by this Giants team. You know what time it is. Niners suck. I don't know. The Broncos suck pretty bad. Let's ride. Yeah, but the Niners got Kurt Benkert, so that means they're automatically better than the Broncos with weirdo Russell Wilson. I understand why Packers fans don't like the Niners. I get that. But I would rather watch the Niners than watch the Broncos at this point in time, unless they get better. Hopefully Kirk can get some snaps. I mean, listen, we know how injury prone Jimmy is. I don't even know who's QB2 right now, but if for whatever reason, if Jimmy rolls his ankle or anything happens to him, that automatically moves Kurt to QB2. And I feel like they might be able to, I mean, he might be able to fight out whoever QB2 is, you know, for the starting job if Jimmy were to go out. I mean, I'm not wishing upon injury, but I just feel like he has an actual chance to get some real snaps right now. I'm also a huge Niners fan, so I'm one of their very few oddballs in this. I'm 100% an AFC fan, so when it's all NFC stuff, I just like I get to sit back and enjoy it. But Elizabeth, thanks for coming in. No lies, I'm cheering for Dallas against the Giants. Cooper Rush getting that shine. I mean, I'm fine if Cooper Rush wants to come out here and ball out because that just makes like Dak look bad. Jimmy just can't run the ball ever from now on. Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 29. Russ, quick drop down pass to Javonte, and he gets about 2 yards before he's swallowed up. Howdy, Gabe. What's up? Can't believe the Chargers left Herbie in that game after all was lost. I mean, he almost didn't play. I saw this thing. It was like they were talking in the locker room before the game, and they were saying Chase Daniels was going to start that game. 2nd and 8, they hand it off, and whoever got the ball, it looks like Javonte didn't get much of anything. 3rd down and long coming up. I like Mike. He gets a lot of heat. I mean, I don't care for Mike, but I like the idea of making Dak look bad. 3rd and 8, pressure's coming. He dumps it down to looks like Jerry Jeudy, but he's smacked behind the line of scrimmage. And the Niners are going to come out and play real hard defense to start this game up. Yeah, they're coming out playing real tough right now. I mean, the Niners are used to playing against Russell Wilson, but so 4th and 7. Denver's going to punt here. There's 11 minutes in the half. They used no clock because I believe it was at like 12:50 when they started their drive. And he's going to return it from the 20 and only gets to about the 26. That was Ray McCloud again. I didn't know that Ray McCloud was a third either. 2 punts, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Lisa, hopefully everything's all is well out there for you in Orlando. Game sucks already, GG's. I mean, I guess it could get better. That's what I watched all afternoon. Yeah, me too, it feels like. All right, let's see if Jimmy G can get his offense up and rolling. Both defenses are playing hard. Let's just see who's going to break first. I think Denver's got a good D, but I think that the Niners defense is better. Did you watch the Chiefs or were you at work? I watched as much of the Chiefs as I could, which was not much. I didn't see anything after the second half. And I only saw bits and pieces of the first and second quarter. I did watch the play where they sacked Matt Ryan real hard and he ended up fumbling and it was going to be a turnover. I was giving your dad the play-by-play of the Chiefs in the chat. Yeah, I was at work until basically right when that game ended. Yeah, the game ended and then I clocked out within like half an hour. I mean, it didn't seem like a bad game. Andy Reid is 3-6 against the Colts all time. Well, now 3-7. I think only 2 of those games before today were with the Chiefs, maybe 3. I think the rest were with Philadelphia. But I knew this was a trap game going into it. I haven't looked at all the stats or anything like that yet because, like, I just haven't had time to dive into it, which I'll probably do either tonight or in the morning. But I'm not gonna say I feel like the Chiefs didn't play bad. I just don't think they played like to their potential, like how most teams do in trap games. 1st and 10 from the 25, throws hits Ayuk, and he's all the way down to the Broncos logo, around the 45, I'd say. I think that's Ayuk, number 11. So the thing that I like about Jimmy, and I just know that Trey Lance isn't 100% up to speed yet, is that he will spread the ball out to everybody. Hands it off to, I'm assuming this is Jeff Wilson. He breaks up through the middle all the way down to the Denver 15. That came out of nowhere. Big hole in the middle. Yeah, that was Jeff Wilson Jr. From the 45 all the way between the 15 and the 20. If he was just a little bit faster, that might have been 6. But what I was saying was, yes, Lisa, that was a great run. I wasn't expecting it. So he ended up at the 18-yard line. Throws, he hits, looks like Kittle for his first catch back. And he's just over top of a body. I love that guy, man. I mean, I wish he would stay healthy because he's a better player, obviously, when he's on the field. But, like, he's just goofy. Um, but he'll hit every target. He's not scared. Or he won't stay just with Debo all game. He won't stay just with his run game or Kittle or IU. He'll hit as many guys as he can, as many times as he can. 2nd and 1, hands it off to Wilson. It looks like he inched across enough to get that first down. So it's 1st and goal now. 9 minutes left. Niners are opening up this game, which is going to put Denver in a more of a passing situation. Wait, Dave, did you get the Chiefs game where you're at? Yeah, 40 yards on like 2 runs, or maybe 3. 1st and goal, check down to Debo Samuel. He's got the edge, and it puts him inside the 5, about the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. That's so messed up. I was literally in Indiana. I was like an hour and a half away from where the game was being played, and I didn't get the game. Like at the sports book at work, they showed it because they have all of the games, but like on the actual just TVs, we got the game in New Jersey and the game in New England. We all get Chiefs games, I think. 2nd and goal, quick throw to Brandon Ayuk into the end zone for a touchdown. Yeah, but I figured local, like here at the house, was Louisville as well. And so I figured it would be a Colts game. I don't know. Six plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. San Francisco marches down the field and scores a big touchdown right there with Brandon Ayuk to get them ahead. And it's going to be interesting because Denver has been more successful, in my opinion, with their run game. If they're going to stick to that or they're going to go straight into just passing. Or the market, but I think the Chiefs are the secondary market. That makes sense. Usually it's Colts of Louisville until Cincy went to the Super Bowl. Well, I guess that makes sense. I really like both of them. I know that Ayuk got put in like the doghouse last year for like a couple early season drops and whatnot. But I feel like he's a really talented receiver. Debo Samuel, I would have given anything for him to come to the Chiefs this year because, like, I thought he was inching his way out, but they ended up getting him a deal. But, like, I was like, man, I would sell my soul for him to come to the Chiefs. And then Kittle, obviously, is just, when healthy, he's a monster. We've seen runs before. People were on his back and pulling him down by his face mask, and he still got 15 more yards. I mean, I'm not a Niners fan, but I do enjoy like 75% of the Niners roster. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, by the way, Dad, we still have this game, of course, and tomorrow's game. But I am 8-5 through the week so far, and you are 9-4. So we definitely both did much better this week. What's up, MH? Yeah, I was gonna say you asked me earlier, and I couldn't get to the point of counting them up because I was getting everything in here kick started. But I finally got to go through and mark which games we got and didn't. So I know that I got one less than you, and both of our picks for tonight and tomorrow are the same. So either way, I'm gonna finish one less than you, but I just feel so much better about it that I've got a decent number more right than wrong. All right, kickoff is up, and they're gonna leave it in the end zone for a touchback. So Denver's gonna start at the 25. 7:56 left in the first quarter. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to hit the like button on the stream. We would really appreciate that. I had a way worse week than last week. Last week was, I don't know, let's see. Week 1 I went 9-6, but week 2 I went 6-10. So I'm already 2 games ahead of that, and if everything goes the way it's supposed to, I'll be even two more games further. 1st and 10 from the 25, 7 to sleeping, man. I got you. 1st and 10, they stick with a run game to start. Hand off to Javonte. Gets about 3. 2nd down, clock's rolling. We're under 8. Chiefs lost. Yes, we've talked about that. That's what happens in trap games. I don't think it wasn't that they weren't prepared. I just think not everything went the way what they expected. 2nd and 7. Russ loads down the sideline. It looks like he's trying to hit is that Cortland Sutton, number 14, and it looks like it kind of looks like he was trying to throw it away. It started off as a back shoulder throw, but neither of them were going to be able to get that. Chiefs always lose. Old news. Okay. Will Frank get fired? I mean, he just saved his job for another week or 2, but probably. If they lose next week to Tennessee, 3rd and 7, it looks like it's going to be a free play. Somebody jumped. Oh, and they end up shutting it down. Is Wilson just bad now? I think Wilson gave himself, he's like, oh, I'm going to go to, so that's going to be 5 yards for the Denver. I think it's going to be 3rd and 2 now, neutral zone infraction. But I feel like he overhyped himself up, like going to a new city, a fresh start, and he knows he's like a pretty good quarterback, and then the whole world joined that hype train, and I just feel like there was so much hype, and the team didn't get better outside of the quarterback. Last year, they were a quarterback away, but, the rest of the division and everybody around them got better. And so they didn't really get any better. 3rd and 2, he throws, it bounces off the ground, so that's going to be a 4th and out. 3 and out unless they decide to go for it, which I don't see them doing that. But, and so I just think it was just overhyped train. Like, he might get better over the season, but I don't know. What's your lost art in TV? What do you mean, Lisa? 4th and 2, punt is up. And long hang time here. He returns it from the 12, makes it to the 20, cuts back, and gets tackled about backwards at the 18. Let's see what's going on here. I need Sutton and Kittle in fantasy down by 16. Well, you might get some more Kittle reps in this next drive. I'm assuming since it's his home, or not his home, but his first game out, I feel like Jimmy's going to give him the ball. So that might be doable. What's up, Tim? You should stream the Colts next week. The Colts are bad, so I'm not going to stream the Colts, but they also play at 1 o'clock, so I will be at work. Also, there are a lot of better 1 o'clock games to stream. I know that one's divisional, but 1st and 10, they hit Brandon Ayuk, and he gets about 15 yards on that. I don't know why they're putting like some of the better divisional matchups early. Colts are better than Chiefs. Shut up. If the Colts are better than the Chiefs, then that means the Chiefs or the Colts are better than the Packers. So how does that make you feel? Look, everyone's going to say that the Colts are the best team in football because they beat the Chiefs this week, but I still don't think that's true. 1st and 10, tossed Debo, and there's a flag on the play. He gets smothered right when he gets to the line. Still better than the Chiefs. No, dude. No. I'm not lying, man. I don't know what you want me to say. Not happy with the Saints losing. Listen, I think they need to just set Jameis for a week. Like, I don't think he needs to be playing with these fractures in his spine. Like, I'm sorry, but that just doesn't seem right to me. I know that they said that, like, he can't further the injury based on where it's injured, but I just feel like that's also not true. Like, if you got fractures in your spine, like, I don't know. Like Andy Dalton is perfect to set in for a game or two. Look, a lot of people don't like him, but he's good enough to play and probably get you a win or two. From the 35, 2nd and 10, hand off to Wilson, and he's pushing forward. He gets about 5, 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah, see, I mean, Jacksonville's good though, and I still think Kansas City's better than the Colts. The Kansas City just never plays well against the Colts. You're not the Lions type. Dude, I kind of like the Lions, though. Like, that's that one team. It's just like, unless you're a Packers fan, you can't be mad at seeing them, like, be successful. Dalton just looks like a really sinister dude. That's the Red Rocket, bro. And if you agree, I'm like, okay. All right, there's going to be a flag on 3rd and 4. The Saints are the same without Drew Brees and Sean Payton. I mean, yeah, that's 100% true. But look at, like New England making adjustments without Tom Brady. Everybody's got to go through that eventually, and it's going to be a false start. So now they're going to have a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and about 9. It's the eyebrows, I think. I can't trust him. Look, I mean, he doesn't look like someone you can trust. But it's okay. Like, I feel like it's okay to put him in a game and let your quarterback sit, or he might get broken. He might have a career ending game, like with one bad hit. I don't know what's going on. The game has stopped again. The refs are setting the ball down finally. It's 3rd and 9. So Jimmy G is the most handsome man in the NFL, not named Matt LaFleur, right? Absolutely. Will the Colts win next week? Well, the Tennessee Titans looked better than the Colts did this week. So it's a coin flip. Like, I'm probably gonna I don't know. Like, I think both of these teams are capable of winning this game. It's in Indy this week. So Indy might sneak away with another win. Unless, Tennessee comes to play tough. 3rd and 9. Pressure's coming, and Jimmy gets brought down for a massive loss. 5 minutes left in the first. I don't know. Does saying no homo fix it or make it more confusing? Both. But are you ready to bring his evil into your house? This mistake Saints was putting Hill as tight end and not using his QB until. Yeah, they got Hill and they've got Andy Dalton. Like, just use them. You're getting your positional players back from injury. I think it makes it totally not gay. I could say the most gayest thing than say no homo and it means I'm not gay. Exactly. Like COVID. Okay. What's up, Lindsay? This chat is going very quickly for me. And so the Niners ended up punting. It's in the end zone, going to be a touchback. So the Broncos are going to start from the 20. Are you guys going to stream Thursday night Bengals in Miami? I believe so. I'll be here Thursday for sure. It's the following Thursday night game, the Colts and Broncos, I think. I don't remember who the following Thursday night game is. I may or may not be in here. They scheduled me to work a little bit later. I banged 24 guys last week. No homo. Yeah, then it's definitely not gay. It's a touchback. No homo. Okay, how did we get here, man? I know Jimmy G's on the TV, but y'all need to chill. They went from watching Matt LaFleur on the sideline to watching Jimmy G, and it's got you guys no homo, but a little homo. These fix OMG bad this week. This is surprisingly one of my better weeks, but I just took a lot of risks. Who do you have in the Super Bowl? Eagles and Chiefs. And if I have to have backup picks right now, I'm just gonna say something crazy like the Jags and the Lions for the most unexpected Super Bowl ever. Nothing homosexual about it. Okay, Dave. I love you guys. What do you think of Rihanna doing this year's Super Bowl halftime show? Well, I'm a lot happier about it being Rihanna than Taylor Swift, but I'm really confused. Why couldn't they just both do it? Did Taylor Swift see all the Facebook comments about her playing the Super Bowl and how mad everyone was, and then she got emotional and dropped out? Because that's a huge gig. Ravens and Giants revisited. Oh, that wouldn't be bad. I'm 4 and whatever this week. Oh my gosh. You're like our number one too, so that's actually crazy surprising. But I'm actually, to answer your question, Lisa, I'm actually kind of excited to see Rihanna on the big stage like this. I haven't seen Rihanna do anything in 10 years, man. So I'm actually very hyped up about it. Taylor Swift, I was 100% disappointed. There's a couple different Taylor Swift songs that's okay, I'll listen to whatever, especially if I'm at the bar or something, but I can't help it. But as a whole, I don't want to see Taylor Swift on the Super Bowl halftime, especially after last year. I loved last year's, but this year Rihanna on there, I'm real jacked up. I mean, I'm not in a bed. So from the 20, 1st and 10, they run the ball, get 4 yards, 2nd and 6 coming up. I was lucky excited. I mean, there's nothing wrong for liking Taylor Swift and me excited about it, but I just I didn't like any of her last music. 2nd and 6, they hand it off again and they just get swallowed up for no gain. But I don't know, they didn't announce anybody with her, and I was maybe if it was Taylor Swift with some slower rock artist or something, that would be super awesome. But since it was just her, then no. I'm still kind of iffy about Rihanna because it's just Rihanna, and has she released anything in the last 10 years? I don't know. I mean, I remember in high school jamming to some Rihanna. What is the Colts record, you think? I think it's 1-1-1 currently. 3rd and 5, Russ throws and hits Jerry Jeudy, but he's unable to haul it in. 4th down. Denver's offense having a rough time. But, Indy was supposed to be a 12-win team, probably a 10-12. Right now, I see them sitting at 6 or 7 wins this season. The Bud Bowl? Hell yeah. Did Eminem, Dr. Dre, or Snoop? Actually, I think Eminem did. Yeah, Eminem's been slowly releasing music over the last couple years. 4th and 5, and I feel like Snoop has 6 million jobs. He calls for a fair catch at the 25-yard line. So I don't know what Snoop Dogg does. I don't think anyone does. But I don't know. I wasn't as excited about Dr. Dre as I was everybody else in that performance. Because I think it was 50 Cent was there as well. And there was a female artist. Was it Lil' Kim? Oh, I thought it was somebody else. Sits on the bench and drinks some Corona, or on the beach and drinks some Corona. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had Snoop Dogg's life. Snoop Dogg is the most chill, happy guy I've ever seen him ever. I remember that there was like an active sports bet of like seeing Snoop Dogg smoke on the stage at the Super Bowl, but they caught pictures of him smoking behind the stage, like in a little cubby hole. I'm right there with you, Lindsay. I got San Fran tonight and the Giants tomorrow night. Willie light up. Yeah, dude, that's so awesome. I can outsmoke Snoop Dogg. That's a big, that's a big. You got like that's impressive if true. But what's up, Reaper? Thanks for joining us, man. It don't feel like it, but we are talking about football a little bit. He said I'm a Reaper. I see that, man. Damn, Reaper. Oh, this chat has been very interesting today. I don't know if I would want to be able to outsmoke Snoop Dogg. Like, don't seem like. Okay, I just got an update. Patriots QB Mac Jones is believed to have suffered a high ankle sprain. He will undergo an MRI Monday to confirm the diagnosis and determine the severity of the injury. So we will know tomorrow a little bit of an update on Mac Jones because I know Craig is in here, Patriots fan. Like modern Snoop Dogg, you might have a shot, but prime Snoop Dogg, no way. I don't even know about Snoop Dogg now, man. Like, I really don't. Snoop's like 55, and I still feel like he would smoke anybody out. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 25. Niners taking over. We're still 7-0. 2:53 left in the first. And they toss to Wilson, and he gets smothered for a loss of 2. What about Chong? I don't know, man. Death has the last puff. Snoop does look older than 55, but somehow he kind of looked younger than 55 at the same time. I feel like Snoop's looked the same for the last 20 years. So 2nd and 11 now. Denver defense warming up a bit. Jimmy holds in, stands in, throws, hits Debo for a big gain, first down, and then some. 2 minutes left in the first. San Francisco seems the only one that can get any sort of offense at all. Patriots are scheduled to play Green Bay next Sunday and very well could be without Mac Jones. Brian Hoyer is the Patriots' number 2 QB. Cheech and Chong was my era. 1st and 10, they give it to Wilson. It's going to be 2nd down. Seeing some of these dudes' ages is just weird to me because, like, most of them are the same age as me, and that's weird. Or younger. 2nd and 6, handoff to Jeff Wilson up the middle. Gets a couple. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up. How old is Kyle Shanahan, by the way? Because he's got some, like, gray around in his facial hair now that he didn't have last year. 3rd and 3. Cheech and Chong. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Cheech and Chong's funny, man. Kyle's 42. 3rd and 6. Pressure. There's no pressure, really. He finally feeds the ball to Ayuk and broken up by Pat Surtain and Jordan Mason. I know Pat Surtain was there. Kyle is 42. Okay. I was going to say, like, he's got a lot more white. This whole Jimmy G, Trey Lance situation stressing him out. So the Niners are going to punt again from about midfield. Kick is up. I feel like that guy could have blocked it if he put his hands out, but he didn't put his hands out at all. It's going to be inside the 5. Oh, well, about right at the 6-yard line where Denver's going to take over. With 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh, man. Is next week Sunday Night Football? The Chiefs and the Bucks? Well, we're going to have the Bucks on 2 weeks in a row. I think we're at home this time. No. I think we're in Tampa. Yeah, that game's in Tampa. Okay, well, at least I got a couple days to prepare for it. Maybe the Chiefs are just not good at playing in a dome, and that's why. 1st and 10, pressure's coming. Russ is in the end zone. He throws, loads up, hits Courtland Sutton for a big gain all the way across the 40. Whoever in the chat said they needed Sutton, that was a great 40-yard gain. About 35. Well, we'll be in here Sunday night, hoping and hollering for them boys. Everybody's going to be in here talking crap to me. I already know. Chiefs Buccaneers, next great event. Let's hope that game goes on schedule. Oh, man. As long as it doesn't go like either of these teams played this week, then it should be a good game. Bucks defense played all right. Nothing seemed to be going too right for the Bucks offense. The Chiefs, I watched a lot more of the Bucks game than I did the Chiefs game, to be honest. So I'm going to have to dive into that, see what went wrong, what went right, and try to build on that to see what I think. Bro, when does everyone talk trash in here? You tripping? Man, you usually start it. What do you mean? Yeah, I love it, though. Gives me something to think about. As soon as I started this stream, Mark came in here talking about go Colts, like the Colts just won the Super Bowl. They won their Super Bowl, but you know, that's okay. It makes my night better when you guys talk trash. Chiefs defense probably not as good as the Packers, but their offense is probably better. The Chiefs defense has gotten better compared to like the last 2 or 3 years. We're without Willie Gay in our corner, Trent McDuffie. So there is a little bit of open in the middle of the field. Hopefully our kicker will be back, because it kind of hurts not having him. Yeah, I was going to say, oh, no, I'm not worried about the whole Tyreek thing. I don't think the Chiefs are hurting because of that. But I do think, like, part of the reason of the list of things that went wrong at the beginning of the game, our rookie wide receiver Sky Moore muffed a punt and gave it right up to the Colts on like the 5-yard line. And so, that led to the first touchdown of the game. I think like some of these younger guys are still in that growing pain area. I'm not worried about the loss of Tyreek, though. Packers do have a better running game. That's like the biggest thing for the Chiefs, man. Like they have running backs, but they don't run well usually. 1st and 10, Russ looks and he doesn't see the pressure behind him and he goes down. Have a good night, Lisa and Joey. Much love to you guys. I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I think MVS can be that explosive guy. I think Nicole Hardman can be that explosive guy. I just think that, well, after watching Patrick Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy, our OC, get into an actual fight on the sideline before halftime, there was some like talks last year that there was some weird energy going on between those two, and then this happens, so that kind of doesn't help. Second and 13, he throws, hits Cortland Sutton. It looks like again for half of the yardage they needed. Third down. Um, so I think there's something weird going on with our offense, and Andy Reid doesn't really like to utilize the rookies in the in the offense. Maybe not like they're in the special teams, but in the offense, I think there's a lot of things they're still trying to figure out. Third and 6. It kind of felt like the Broncos were trying to move quickly, but then they got to the line and slowed things right back down. Russ looks, throws, hits a wide open Jerry Jeudy, gets a first down to the 40. Yeah, Andy Reid doesn't really like to run the ball either, and I feel like that was pretty big on beating the Colts today because they were without Shaq Leonard another game. I feel like they would have been able to run the ball a lot better if they just kept doing it. I don't know. It'll be a fun game. It makes me nervous, just like every other game, but we'll have fun in here. From the 40, this is the best offensive drive the Broncos have had so far. First and 10, throws, overthrows whoever he was targeting. I couldn't even see. It looks like Jeudy. I wonder what Jimmy G is thinking about on the sideline. KJ Hamler, that was the other guy that they have. I was trying to remember his name. I knew it was KJ something, but I was confusing him with the Vikings guy. Second and 10, hand off to Williams, and he only gets about a yard and a half, 2 yards. Jimmy's thinking, I hope the camera's getting my good side. Dude, that's a pretty good take. The pace he was making, he looked like a Karen at a store, to be honest, the face he was making. Jags the most dominant team in the AFC. I mean, top two for sure. Right now, according to everything, Jags and Dolphins are the most dominant teams in the AFC. Jimmy wants to see your manager. That's what it looked like, man. He looked like he was coming for me. Third and 8. Russ is looking, stands in, starts going, and then he's swallowed up from behind again, not seeing the pressure, but this time there is a flag. Jags surprising everybody. I think they're going to sneak up, and I mean, at this point, they're not sneaking. They're right there in everybody's face, but I think they're coming for that division. Which, I feel like whoever wins that division might not even have a winning record. So, like, it's whatever. But so it looks like it was a hold on the offense, but the penalty is going to be declined, and so that means it's going to be fourth down. Who would you take in a fist fight, Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa? I asked you guys this the other day about the Watt brothers. So they're going to punt. Yeah, they're not going to kick the field goal, but they'll punt it here. Oh, wait. It looked like they had their punter out, but then they kicked the field goal. And this time it is good. Brandon McManus nails a 55-yarder to get Denver on the board. I thought the Browns and Cleveland game was going to be bad, and somehow this game is, like, better. I think Nick? I don't know. Nick Bosa, I feel like, is a little younger, and he appears to be tougher. It's kind of like JJ and TJ. But I don't know. Joey Bosa is a menace. When if they're both healthy, I can't even tell. McManus is legit, but that situation on Monday Night Football Week 1, Joey fights dirtier, and TJ is a stud. Dude, TJ, I don't even care, man. I'll argue it. Going to start the Miami is unbeatable argument for the next 4 days at least. I don't think Miami is unbeatable. Fins, I think the Fins D is a legit, but I've been telling you guys for like 3 years that. Well, I mean, I've been saying it, but last year I spent all year talking about how I thought that defense was legit. You know, they were just still trying to find an answer for the offense and figuring things out. But Dak just got sacked by a real housewife. I don't know, man. I told you guys that if the Dolphins beat the Bills, I would give them credit. So here I am giving the Dolphins credit. But I'm still not sold somehow. Like, I'm giving them credit. Like, okay, they're good. But, like, are they great? Like, will they be able to do this every single week? And will Tua miss some time? I don't even. Not Tyrod Taylor. Teddy Bridgewater's our backup. Is Teddy Bridgewater going to be able to play at a high enough level if Tua misses time? Even in commercials, Dak has no pocket awareness. That's funny. It's a lot to think about with that Miami team because it's like, okay, a first year head coach who was hardly an offensive coordinator. Like it feels like they just stuck a wide receiver coach into being a head coach. It's like that's literally what this guy feels like to me. All right, 11:56 left in the half. Kickoff is up, and they're gonna return it from the 1. Makes it to the 10, to the 15, and that's where he'll go down. The other team is playing the Jets yet. I have to wait till I see him deal with that powerhouse. Just wait till Zach Wilson gets back. Then we'll see. Zach Wilson's gonna take that division from all of them. But you're right. Raiders the only 0-3 team in the league. Well, you know what? I think you're right. I never thought about it. And the Dolphins, Eagles. Dolphins and Eagles, are they the only 3-0 teams? 1st and 10 from the 15. Jimmy loads a back shoulder pass to Debo, and he's falling backwards as he hauls it in. Just quit and come back to save my Patriots. You can't spell elite without Joe Flacco. Oh, yeah, the Giants. That's right. Well, the Giants aren't 3-0 yet. They play tomorrow, but they are 2-0, so that still counts. Nothing will save the Patriots at this point. I mean, unless Brian Hoyer is going to pull some Tom Brady stuff. I don't know. 1st and 10, hands it off to Wilson. There's a flag. Eagles and Finns are only 3-0. Giants have yet to play. Okay. Quick question for the chat. Who receives their first loss this year? Eagles or Finns? And let's see. Let's go NFC East. The Eagles play the Jaguars next week. And the Dolphins play the Bengals next week. That's a picture of Joe Flacco taking the bull by the horns. As a metaphor means it really happened. Eagles can be taken by the Giants. Fins, Eagles are legit. So you think is it going to come next week? Eagles play the Jags, who look legit, and the Dolphins play the Bengals. Are the Bengals going to beat the Dolphins? The Eagles D is a nightmare. The Benz D is legit, but the Eagles D is way above that, in my opinion. Bengals win next week. That's fair. First and 10 or first and 20, throws, hits Kittle. He cuts inside and he starts crawling in the air somehow and gets a couple extra more yards. That dude's a monster. I don't care. The Colossal Roads wasn't lost. Joe Flacco just didn't want to stand there anymore. Fins might be jaded from these tough battles. I mean, the Tua thing is up in the air. First, they're investigating this whole situation because when he took that hit today and he was walking off the field, he completely fell down. And then the second half, he came back in. That dude is definitely concussed, and he came back in and played. So I don't know if he will even play next week. Eagles survive the Jags, but the Bengals have way too much to play for, so I think the Dolphins get beat. 2nd and 9, Jimmy G loads up down the sideline to Brandon Ayuk and just overthrows him. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. I think without Tua especially, the Bengals are going to be able to, but the Bengals are the Dolphins defense. I've talked about like 5 teams in like the last 30 seconds. But the Dolphins defense against the Bengals offensive line kind of just scares me for Joe Burrow. Everybody and anybody, I could get through their offensive line right now. Like, they're getting better, but still, he's still taking hit after hit. 3rd and 9, they throw, hit Debo. He breaks the first tackle, and he's got half of the team on him, and he's still standing up somehow. It's not going to be enough yards for the first down. 4th down coming up. Yeah, the D is going to be coming from Burrow. It's just like, how calm is he going to be able to be? How evasive and aware of the situation is he going to be? And now Debo's down. That is the last thing that Niners fans want to see. That's the last thing I want to see because that dude's a stud. I'm telling you, he had the entire Denver Bronco defense on his back. So everybody's surrounding him on the crowd in that collision. It says you still have 5 or 6 players around him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Joe Flacco went to the Virgin Islands after they were just called the Islands. Oh, man. Yeah, Debo took a couple hits from a couple guys all at the same time. Okay, I'm trying to think. Is Toyota's Jan just a low rent flow? She's pretty close. Okay, which no-win team? So that is Houston, the Raiders. They might be the only 2 no-win teams. Which team that has 0 wins is going to get a win first? Flo annoys the F out of me. Yeah, she's kind of annoying, man. She's just so high maintenance. And the AT&T girl, like, she annoys me too. Okay, Raiders and Texans. That's what I thought. Okay, which one gets a win first? Because I thought the Texans were gonna win today. Let's see who the Raiders got next. The Raiders got the Broncos next, and the Texans have the Chargers next. No, I don't either. That's the thing. Texans host the Chargers. Yeah, that's a tough one. But, the Jags beat the Chargers and the Jags beat the Colts. But the Colts couldn't beat the Texans. They tied with them. And the Colts beat the Chiefs, who beat the Chargers, which means the Texans are technically better than the Chargers. It looks like Debo kind of took a hit from his own guy as well in terms in like on everybody else. So The Raiders should have already won a game by now, and it's at this point, I don't know, 6 degrees of how bad these teams are. 4-4, Niners punt, kick is up, and it's going to be a touchback. Oh, they think they saved it down on the 1 yard line, but it looks like it could have been a touchback. Looks like dudes were on his ankle. It looks like a lot of things were on all of him. Oh, that's so close. The football bounced, but I need like a better angle. If that thing didn't touch the white line, they just downed them on like the 1 inch. I don't know if it touched. That's a heck of a special teams play. It's so close. It might have hit the line a little bit. And it was the long snapper who jumped into the end zone and tipped it back. It's over, but it didn't touch. Yeah, I don't think it touched. I think that should be on the first. Okay, somebody's challenging it. Oh, Nathaniel Hackett, he's pulling out his. Never mind. But he's coming in and challenging the ruling on the field. I think the dude that batted it touched the line. Oh, is that what they're looking at? Because I feel like the ball was close but didn't touch. Texans whooped the Chargers last year. That's what I'm saying. I mean, okay, so it's showing it. Oh, they followed the football up, so I can't see. Oh, I don't know. He was so close too. I'm curious where they're gonna put this. Thought Hackett was blowing his nose. Hackett was doing something, but he needs to chill. I think Hackett needs a vacation. We're only like on week 3. What's up, Brian? Thanks for stopping in here with us. We got a rowdy crowd, so nice for you to join us. I don't know. Why do you keep spelling dudes like that, Dave? He needs some milk. He needs some therapy, too, after probably the ridicule he's been getting. Just watching the game. Great one so far. I mean, it's been a lot of defense, but it hasn't been too bad of a game. I just feel like Denver has been a disappointment this year for all of the high praise they've gotten. And the Niners are just about exactly where I think they should be. Good enough to win. They got Jimmy G. What more you need? Somebody get that boy some milk. See, the one angle I want them to show is like from the crowd seats, like that side of the end zone looking in. And for all the money the Broncos spent, the Broncos are so average. I don't even know if they've made it to average yet. Baseball, hockey, and motorsports for me. I'm done with football. What's up, Nathan? I was waiting to hear from you, man. Oh, look. His toe was not over the line. He was in. Barely, but he was in. Playoff baseball gonna be lit. I think it's gonna be fun. See that one, the corner of the football isn't down on the white. Oh, Nathan, I don't know if I have anything to make anything better for you. The Chiefs lost today. I mean that's about as good as I got, really. So did the Chargers. Chargers lost to the Jaguars. And the Broncos are about to just chunk another game away. Let's go. It's going to stand on the 1 yard line. The 1 inch line. Nathaniel Hackett's face is more red than Kyle Shanahan's jacket, and I love it. Now we need some milk for real. Let's ride, yes. The Niners are so fired up right now. Is that Pete? Hackett calls for a kneel down. Probably, dude. First and 10, their offensive line is lined up inside of the end zone. Hands it off to Williams. He bulldozes and he breaks the tackle. I don't know if it was a bad tackle or a good run. And it gets him out to like the 7. No, he has timeouts left. He gets 3, okay? Man, we haven't even made it to halftime. This game. We need to. What's going on with Debo Samuel? That's what I'm more curious about right now. 2nd and 3. Quick pass from Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton. He gets the first down and shoved out of bounds. All right, 1st and 10, handed off to Williams. He had a full head of steam, but just got tripped up, and his offensive lineman just picked him up like he was a baby off the ground. That boy was about 1 step from being gone. Denver's run game is good. I mean, they got Javonte Williams, and I'm trying to think of what that backup guy is. I can't remember his name right now, but he's really not all that bad either. 2nd and 6 coming up. They toss it to Williams. He's running right. He's got blockers, and he pushes through past the 20. He's going to be short of the first down. Where's Albert Okay? He does play for Denver. Melvin Gordon, that's right. He does play for Denver and not Seattle, right? Yeah, that's the guy I want to see. Oh, there he is. Number 85. The big O. Dude, yeah, you're right, John. That was a fantastic punt. It was even more hilarious that he challenged that. I understand, I guess. But it's really hard to tell. 3rd and 3. Pressure is coming. Russell steps up. I think he should have kept, but he gets the pass off, hits Sutton, and I think with forward progress, it'll be a first down. Yeah, I just saw him on there. I love that guy. I don't know why, but I love that guy. Oh, he's from Mizzou also. That's why you know that, Dave. Yeah, I think Russ should have just kept that time. He threw it to a guy who was already smothered when he had a straight line, but whatever. 1st and 10 from the 25, handed off to Williams, and he gets a hole over past the 40, almost to the 45. You're the one who needed Sutton. Yes, Sutton got that big 36-yard catch earlier. I knew someone in here said that. I was a year deep in my Madden franchise and 7 deep with my. Oh, man. That is actually the most sad thing. I am so sorry, Nathan. That hurts. From the 41, he stutters and then hands it off to Williams. And he gets about 8. Yeah, that's just tough. I can't imagine, really. Niners can't stop the run. I know. I'm actually surprised because I figured that would be like the highlight of their defense. But if he makes it to the secondary, he usually is going to get an extra 5 to 8 yards. Second and 1. I don't see why they wouldn't. Oh no, he fakes the handoff. He steps up and whoa, what? I guess he tossed it as he was getting hit to Melvin Gordon. Gets a big gain. The last I saw, Russell Wilson had it and was getting brought down from. Okay, they're showing it. He steps up in the pocket, and as he's falling, he kind of basketball passes it to Melvin Gordon. Oh, that just, you couldn't see it from the original angle. Talk about Gordon, he shows up. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've seen him at all this game until this play. I don't think he was supposed to get the ball this play either. Oh, they're walking somebody off from the 49ers defense. Was that an illegal forward pass? I don't know. It was all very strange how that happened. He was still behind the line though. Maybe. Now that I don't remember. First and 10, handoff to whoever it was got clobbered behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of a couple. Yeah, see, I thought Josh Gordon could outsmoke Snoop Dogg. He might be the guy to go toe to toe. I didn't know we were still on this one. I forgot about that conversation. So it was Melvin Gordon, but he just got hammered. If any part, yeah. See, I feel like he was partially behind, but I don't remember now. Shout out to Grassi and all of his raids. Second and 16 throws, hit Cam Sutton right in the chest. He just can't haul it in. Yeah, I'd like to see it again now that you mentioned that. Maybe it's just the crack. I don't know. Sutton knows that was a big one. He was next to the first down line. Oh. I guess that's just a missed one because we were all baffled by it. Third and 16. Russ just gets completely destroyed. That was a Hulk smash. I think Jets receivers dress up in Broncos uniforms tonight. I don't know. I think the Jets receivers are better than this. Depleted. Yo, that was rough. 4th and 23. They're gonna punt now. Kick is up. And they're tracking it, and that's gonna go down at about the 2 or 3 yard line. 2:27 left in the half. Oh my gosh, this game has been you would think 100 points have been scored or 0, or we're on the 15th quarter. Complete flip of the field. Yeah. This game is, yeah, I mean, it's moving, but it's not moving. I don't even know. What a weird time. Please gamble responsibly. I wish someone would sit there and tell me that every time that I open up DraftKings. First and 10, handoff to Jeff Wilson, and he gets about 3 or 4. 2 punts inside the 2. Returning the favor. Very true. Speaking of DraftKings, I wonder if I hit on anything today. I told them at work that if I hit on even one of my parlays today, that I wasn't coming to work tomorrow. Lost. Oh, that one's open. Who scored the first touchdown for Who scored the touchdown for the Niners? It was Brandon Ayuk, wasn't it? Okay. That's annoying. I did win one, but not a good one. Yeah, I didn't win any of my good ones. Was it Samuel? I feel like it was Ayuk. Jerry Rice. Oh, that's why I didn't win. I didn't even think to add him on there. Silly me. Carson Palmer's wife. Shit. Okay. Oh, that's why I didn't win. I didn't get creative enough. I put one in for I had two different boosts, and I put one in for Debo, and I put one in for George Kittle, and it was basically the only other guy that would have done it. T.O. Ricky Waters. Who the F sleeps with a watch on? I don't know. I took a nap with my watch on today, but that's just because I fell asleep watching that Green Bay game. What? Oh, you guys must be talking about the commercial because I don't know what you're talking about at all. Yeah, I've fallen asleep with it on, but I don't mean to when I do. All right, we're at the 2-minute warning at 2nd and 7 for the San Francisco 49ers. Dr. Disrespect commercial was great. Easy mode. Yeah, I did fall asleep. I just gave up on it. 2nd and 7, he offhand hands off to Debo. He's unable to get any yards on that. It's going to be a 3rd down. But Debo is back in the game, so that is a good sign for football fans and Niner fans. And Denver takes their 2nd timeout. I hope the Niners get a 1st down here so they just look silly. How can you sleep on a Brady L? It's not my proudest moment, but I only slept like 2 hours last night because I had to be at work at 8 a.m. And I stayed up all night playing games. He himself missed 2 points, easy mode, with the use of drugs. I won't miss the Brady L next week. 3rd and 4. Jimmy looks. Pressure's coming. He takes off himself, gets the 1st down, and now there's a flag. Looked worse than Justin Fields. Eh. That's tough. How did he do today? Did anybody actually watch the Chicago Texans game? It's going to be a hold on the offense, so it's coming back. I should have known as soon as Jimmy took off. Stop running, Jimmy. Just don't do it. Oh, is that going to be a safety? Because it's in the end zone? Didn't even know the Bears. Bears won with a walk-off field goal. Well, they did give their kicker like a 5-year extension or something, so hopefully he'd be able to hit those. I don't. Okay, I thought they said that it was going to be a safety, and then Dave said safety dance. Maybe they showed that in a prison. 3rd and 9. Overthrows. I don't even know who that guy is because. Oh, Jennings. I didn't even know the Niners still had Jennings because he's not been very present. So that's a 4 and out. Yeah, I didn't watch the Texans game, but I just was hoping that the Texans would win. This is like the 100th punt that I've seen today from the inside of the end zone. Corporal punishment's illegal. But this one did not bounce off a teammate. Pretty good punt. And he's going to return it, and he makes it down to the 50, and that's where Greg Jennings or Ken Jennings or Peter Jennings? Samantha Jennings. Whichever one you want. It doesn't matter because he's been useless in this game so far. The 11th Broncos starting QB since 2016. Tied or second place. The Commanders are the only ones that have had more. Dave is my hero. All right, there's a minute 32 from the 50. Let's see if the Niners defense can wreak havoc here. 1st and 10. He checks it down to Williams. He gets hit. He goes out of bounds for a short gain. Denver's got 1 timeout remaining. I may or may not be wearing a cape. Naked with a cape? No homo. Okay. That's a fumble. Actually, I don't know if he caught it. He threw it. It hit. It looked like the running back. He got hit hard. Yeah, that was Williams. That's pretty close to a catch, but I don't know if he secured it. Yeah, he didn't really have possession. I think if he'd had like a half a second more, he would have that tucked in. But it was just a good pass breakup. 3rd and 8, a minute 21. Let's see if they send McManus out to kick a 70-yard field goal. Now there's a flag. Niners are pointing at the Broncos. And that's going to be a false start on Jerry Jeudy, so they're going to move backwards. So, yeah, we're going to see McManus kick a 70-yard field goal. 3rd and 13 coming up from their own 47. Russ looks. Pressure is coming. He takes off running. He decides to keep. There's a flag. He dives forward. He's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. There's a minute 14 with a clock stopped. Broncos have more penalties and Burrow's been sacked. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's going to be a hole in the offense. They're going to go back even more. So it's going to be 3rd and, I don't know, 23. That's a 10-yard penalty. So 3rd and 23, I think. Yeah, 3rd and 23, a minute 14 left. The Niners get a turnover right here, and they might be able to take it in. The Eagles had as many sacks as Washington had points. They just ripped Carson apart. What was like 9 sacks? All right, Russ is looking. He dumps it down to Albert. Okay. And he doesn't get nearly enough yards. It's going to be 4th and long. Minute 6 left. The clock is stopped, so the Niners might be taking a timeout here. Yep, they're going to try to take advantage of this last minute and 7. Alberto. And 4th and 11, so they got 12 yards on that play. But with the multiple penalties, the last 2 minutes have been longer than the whole game. Oh my gosh, I know. Punt is up. And it's going to come down at about the 11 where he's going to call a fair catch. And here comes handsome man Jimmy G. And I thought the Packers game sucked. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, the first half of the Packers game was all right. You know, they put up 14 points. It was like 14-3 going into halftime, and then nothing else happened the rest of the game until, like, I guess the very end. The last time I saw the score was 14-3, and then I woke up and they were talking about Jacksonville and the Chargers on the TV or something. Also, I think Doug Peterson and Nick Sirianni right now are duking it out. And obviously, the Dolphins coach unless they fall apart, but they're duking it out for Coach of the Year right now. I feel like those two dudes have like the best possibility at this time. Now, if no one beats the Dolphins, then maybe. As a New Yorker, I was stuck sitting through the only 2 blowouts, Jets and Washington. Yeah, I got the Jets Bengals game, and I got the Ravens Patriots game were the 2 that I had available. I'm surprised that you got the Washington game. I guess Eagles and Washington are both, you know, closer to over there, but he's a bath bomb guy. All right. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't get, like, probably the Patriots game because it's, you know, over that way. Ravens Pats was good until the 4th. Yeah, I didn't see much of it. I feel like the last time I had actually saw it, I know New England had 14 points, but they were ahead. Then it switched to the Eagles. That's so strange. It makes more sense for you guys to get that one. Yeah, see, Dave got the games I was anticipating to get. The Ravens. I'm not surprised I got the Bengals game, but I really thought I'd get the Colts and Chiefs game. I thought I would just get both of them. All right, 1 minute on the clock from the 11-yard line. Jimmy G looks, throws, hits Ayuk, but it's incomplete. That was a strange. Pats game went back and forth until the Ravens pulled away late. Yeah, I thought it was a fairly close game for a while. When did Mac Jones get hurt? Was that in the 4th quarter? Because I remember seeing him in the 4th quarter, like briefly on the TV when I walked by. All right, 56 seconds now. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Let's go. The very end. Okay, I was going to say, because I feel like there was still like 12 minutes left, and I remember seeing Mac Jones like on the sideline with his helmet off, but not like hurt, just off the field. 2nd and 10, dumps it down to Kittle. He only gets 2 or I guess 3 yards. He kind of spins for another yard. Because I hadn't seen the Colts this year. They were keeping it close. I knew that game was going to be uncomfortably close. We got a Broncos player down. The clock's going to stop for that. So the Niners will still have 42 seconds. The game was over at that point, and then his ankle gets body slammed. Oh, that just sucks, man. That's why we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this stream with Justin Herbert. Like, they were blown out. So why didn't they take Herbert out like pretty much the entire fourth quarter? Like, I know you always think you can come back, but at some point, like, that's your franchise guy. And it's a fairly serious injury. It's his ribs around his lungs. He needs those to breathe and, survive. So why not take him out and just rest him? Something weird's going on with Brandon Staley, I think. I feel like we'll hear about it in the next couple days. Chase is probably like, I'm not doing that. Don't feel like it. I mean, Chase don't have to, I guess. Every catch is 1 point. That is true. I mean, maybe Herbert didn't want to come out, but I just feel like at the end of the day, the coach should be like, hey, you're done for the day. This game's over. Like, we don't want you to take a hit that ends your season or further than that. I didn't like it, but, that's why I'm not getting paid to make those decisions. Just like Jameis Winston, don't think he should be playing. You got it. You went and got Andy Dalton for a reason. You went and gave Taysom Hill that money for a reason, and yet you're going to leave the dude with 4 fractures in his back on there. But then the quarterback says F you, and then you're too new to argue. 3rd and 7. And they hand it off to Debo. I was not expecting that, but I think they're just going to let this clock roll down because, no, Denver does not have any timeouts left. So that might be the halftime. Remember when Beavis and Butthead ran around screaming? One wrong hit and the season was over. That's what I'm saying. There's Debo taking unnecessary hits. I don't agree with a lot of things, man. No, but yeah, Beavis and Butthead is my jam. Even when they did like the reboot of it, like in like 2013 or whenever that was, I still loved it, man. That's a top 5 all time for me. All right. I don't know how, but we finally made it to halftime. Uh Denver is going to receive at the start of the second half. What is going on? Probably use his second challenge too. He has 3 and he will use all 3 because he gets 3. No one's ever gonna let him go. It's almost 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, it's 9:54 here. We started at 8 something. I don't know. Denver is going to receive. No homo. I don't know. I had a lot of stuff that I'm gonna, spend tomorrow diving into, thinking about. We'll get through this NFC East Monday Night Football game, and then I'll really dig deep into it, and then we're gonna, whenever we do our recaps, probably Tuesday, I don't know, and we'll sit down and we'll discuss every inch of everything that made me mad, everything that went right, and everything that was completely just blasphemy. We'll talk about it all that day once I can sit and, narrow down where I really feel. Rate the hilarity of Bill's OC's meltdown. A 9.5 out of 10. I laughed really hard. Look, I told you guys, like, straight up, I want the Dolphins to lose, like, every single game because of everything that Tyreek Hill did in the offseason. I don't care that we don't have him because he's just making me not want him, period. But all this stuff saying, Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the league and blah, 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 and all this stuff. I want them to lose every single game just for the pure fact. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, the Bills, in my opinion, are still the number 1 threat to the Chiefs. So I'm okay with the Dolphins winning this game. And so that was just super, super hilarious. It was normal until the camera got hit, and then it was really funny. Dude freaked out, man. Oh, I love that stuff, though. I mean, yes, that's passion. It means you care, and I don't, it's exploiting someone's low points, but at the same time, like, why are you acting like that? Like, calm down, man. Should have saved your timeouts. That's what they're for, in case you need them. I don't know, man. I thought it was funny. I don't hate Buffalo, but they're good, and so any team that we can put a little bit lower, knock them down a little bit, is fine with me. 2-0 flop, 100%. 100%. I mean, he might not even play next week. I thought Brady was getting close. I just feel like he was like this close to like truly just breaking down and losing it. Like if he loses again next week, we might see full on meltdown Tom. And I'm here for it. I don't even care if that they're playing the Chiefs. Like it could be anybody, but if they lose next week, we're gonna see it. It's gonna get worse and worse. I think even just the sack, he was just screaming at his wide receivers on the sideline. Sometimes you gotta break all the cameras. I mean, that's one way to get him off your face. Tua consoled Allen at the end. That's so funny. Josh Allen is pretty much Tua's dad, so that's just funny. 2 weeks in a row would be unusual. I mean, I love it, dude. Like, I like seeing that raw, crazy emotion. And I like watching Tom Brady break Microsoft Surface Pros. Didn't the Bills OC break one or two of those in his meltdown? I wonder, like, how many of those they have to buy a year. Hey, Nathan, thanks for stopping in here, even for a few minutes. Much love. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Hopefully, things will start turning up for you a little bit. I did pick Cole Beasley up in my fantasy this week and start him just in the off chance, he starts going with the slant king stuff. I think he just tossed paper pads, but I could be incorrect. Tam had Gage. I did start Gage also. I didn't realize he was in that same league, but I was like, it helps. It's in my dynasty league, and I lose every single week, so it doesn't matter. But I did all right this week. Like, if Jeff Wilson Jr. gets 0 points for the rest of the game, and Dallas's defense gets negative points somehow in this league, I can still win. She's playing with a backup kicker really affected her play. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, if we get our kicker back, I might be a little bit just more confident. At that point, like in the game today, I was just like, just let Justin Reed kick the PATs. Saints should be 3-0. Both losses were handing the game over. I mean, he threw his headset and then smashed the tablet on the table like 30 times and hit the camera. Chargers defense had -6 in my league. Let me see what they had in this one for me. Well, I don't have them. I have the Bucks and I think Patriots defense. Chicago, New Orleans, Philadelphia, San Francisco. Man, Philadelphia's defense went off. Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Miami, Houston. Green Bay, Seattle, Indy. The Chargers had -3 in my league. I don't either. I have the Giants defense. Yeah. In this league, in my dynasty league, I have the Patriots and Buccaneers. And then in the just like the this year league that we did, I have just Kansas City's. With the Bucks D, they could still be a sleeper Super Bowl favorite if they can get their offense together. I don't know, man. I feel like everybody's coming at them now. If you can even run the ball like a little bit on the Bucks, then I feel like you can beat them. As long as they don't have anyone else get hurt, then maybe I feel like they'll be in the playoffs. I feel like everybody's technically an NFC Super Bowl sleeper because the NFC is just not as good as it used to. Like it's gotten worse as a whole, as a conference. There's a lot less competition, I should say. Yeah, their offense will get healthier also. So I think the Bucks will be fine. I think Tom Brady's just slowing down from what he's used to as well. And he's getting he's his temper is getting worse. So as long as he doesn't like pull an Antonio Brown in the middle of a game, which at this point I wouldn't be surprised because he's like getting real heated like every week. Even if he doesn't let it all out, you can see it. They'll be all right. But I don't know. And then they get 4 free wins over Atlanta and Carolina. I don't know. I feel like Atlanta might be competitive. And they did get a win over the Saints. I don't think they'll sweep the Saints though. He's got that old guy stride with his temper. He's got something, man. Mark Sanchez saying, "Well, stay out of my lane, bro," to the guy who had the butt punt today is still so funny. Yeah, Atlanta. See, Atlanta is the team that I would not say Super Bowl, but playoff sleeper. I know they only have one win, but they played against the former Super Bowl champs, the Rams, and they almost came back and beat them. They almost beat the Saints, but they pulled in Atlanta. So, they realistically could be 3-0 right now. And so I feel like they're in rebuild mode completely, but it's still possible for them to sneak in a playoff spot. Even though I don't think so, realistically, I don't think so, but it's just a team to keep an eye on. Like the Panthers were supposed to be that team for me, but the Panthers are a lot worse than I imagined they were. They're pesky. Yeah, that's a good word. I think the Houston's the same way. Like they're not good at all. Like Atlanta's definitely better than Houston, but they're gonna be headaches. And right now, I can't tell if Jacksonville's really, really good or if they're in the same situation. They're just like a pesky team right now. Panthers always seem self-destructive themselves. I feel like it's got to be coaching at this point because, if you think back to last year, their defense was really good, and I feel like their defense got better, but it's still just a bunch of young guys trying to adjust to the speed of the NFL. And they've always got a new quarterback. Christian McCaffrey's only healthy half the time, so they've got a young guy like Chuba Hubbard. I don't know even know if they're still riding with him. I just feel like it could be the quarterbacks, but I don't know. At what point do you stop blaming every new quarterback you put in there and look somewhere else for the blame? Still ran for 100 yards today. That's what I'm saying. They did get their first win of the season. The defensive, the blocked field goal return for a touchdown or whatever, the special teams touchdown they got really sent them forward. Maybe it's the win they needed to get on track. I don't think so, but they still could end up being like that team that just beats teams that need wins or something. I don't see them as a playoff contender, but I don't know. Next year they have Justin Fields. I mean, definitely maybe. They got Baker for a bag of chips. So you can only imagine what they'll get Fields for. Or Love. Carolina lacks wide receivers that you would fear. Robbie Anderson has gotten old. That's true. You have to love Jordan Love. That's really funny. I feel like Jordan Love might be Trey Lance's backup next year in San Francisco because Jimmy G's going to get a contract somewhere. What other bust out QB can they try? What's Johnny Football up to? I don't know, but he's probably still just partying somewhere. That dude won't ever grow up. All right, we've officially made it to the third quarter. There's been 10 punts, which is the most in any first half of any game this season so far. Bring back Minshew. He has at least 2 wins before he gets exposed. Hey, there we go. I think Jordan Love can be that guy. I really do. I feel like him and Trey Lance taking over San Francisco together might not be all that bad. I don't mind Minshew. But we got to remember the Colts are probably going to have a new quarterback too next year. So, unless they miraculously come back after starting 0-2, they did beat the Chiefs. So, they're 1-1 right now. But they're playing the same kind of game Carolina's playing, the QB carousel. All right, so 1st and 10 on the 25 for Denver. Possibly Cooper Rush, Heineke. Hands off to Williams, gets about 4 yards. Matt Moore. Fitzpatrick's done. The Colts get to ruin another young arm. Maybe. I feel like the Colts might end up with like CJ Stroud or someone in the draft. But they haven't hit on the last 2 quarterbacks that they've drafted with Eason and Ellinger. I think they still have Ellinger, but I don't know. 2nd and 6 now from the 29. Fakes the handoff, and Russ gets tripped up, and now there's a flag. If it goes down as a sack, it's going to be a big loss. But it looks like it's going to be on the Niners. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Russell Wilson got tangled up in something, and they said it might be a trip. All right, let's see. So Javonte Williams was running. So Nick Bosa's cleats got hung up with Russell Wilson's cleats. Leg whip. Okay, so they said there's gonna be no foul for tripping. I don't feel like it was intentional, but I feel like he was trying to turn his body, and as he was extending back, it kind of looked like it. But I don't think it was hey, I need to trip him because I missed him. So it's gonna go down as a loss of like 10, 8. Russ 3rd and 14 stands in, dumps it down to Williams. It's incomplete, but I don't know what's happening. This is getting messy. Sneaky business. 4th and 14. It was an incomplete pass, but the Niners were like trying to pull it back like as if he dropped it or something. Joey Bosa has touched Russell Wilson 2 times in a row now. It definitely kind of felt like a trip. What's up, Sadie? Welcome to the party. Kick is up. Deep punt. He's going to return it from the 25. Cuts to the 30, 35, 40, still on his feet, and a Bronco pushes him forward about 4 yards. How's it going? This has been a relatively dull football game, so we're just kind of hanging out. Is that a cat in a box? It definitely looks like a cat in a box. Just here to show my support. I definitely appreciate you. We're just hanging out, chilling in a hot tub 6 feet apart because we're not gay. No homo. There's another cat in a box. Love you. All the kitties in the box. 1st and 10. They hand it off to Wilson, but it looks like it's behind the line of scrimmage. And there is another flag. Tom found a coach. Oh, a couch. Streaming. Wait, how to... Wait. Explain. I didn't see the flag. I think they said hands to the face. Oh, yeah, it was hands to the face on Denver. Was it Perna's? Does Perna stream on his couch? I don't normally, but that's been my setup the last couple weeks. I guess it could be Perna because it is Denver. I didn't even think about him streaming tonight. 1st and 10. Jimmy's got all the time in the world. He's just standing there. He overthrows Jeff Wilson, and there's a flag again. How is Perna handling this season with Denver being completely like hot dog water? Yo, the goat has arrived. Back from my hiatus in Nashville. Yo, how was Nashville? It's going to be a legal shift on Jennings. Whatever his first name is, it starts with a J for Dave, who was curious which Jennings it was. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Trevor, this game, I don't know if you watched it. It started looking like it was going to be good, and then now it's just not. We haven't had anything happen since the first quarter. Jennings. Perfect. 1st and 15, handoff. I don't know who that is. 24. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but his videos are pretty funny when he has to make excuses for the Broncos. Yeah. Nah, I like Jennings better. Or just Jenny. Jegging Jennings. All right, 2nd and 8. I didn't even see who that guy was. He was number 24. Peter Jennings, ABC News. Perfect. JJ. Thought he played for the Vikings, bro. We're getting mixed up here. This game is just a mess. Seriously, it's just a mess. It was great. Just nice to get away for a while. And yeah, I've been watching. I've either been watching or sleeping. It's hard to tell them apart. Man, I was sleeping during that. Oh, so it was a bad snap. And Jimmy gets in the pile underneath a bunch of big dudes and swoops in and pulls it in. Let's go. Don't you hurt that man. He's got kind of glass bones, not gonna lie. Yeah, he definitely got it. He got his arm around it. It's close. Kyle Shanahan's rolling his eyes, man. He's fed up. It's hard to tell him apart. But yeah, I definitely napped during the Packers game since my dad was streaming. That's hot. No homo. That's the way he likes it. Double J, Jeff Jarrett Jennings. It's Jesus Jennings. But I'm glad you had a great getaway. They need to use Jeff Wilson a little more. He looks solid when they use him. They scored 7. I think they need to just do anything at this point. 1st and 10 for... Okay, so they ended up giving it to Denver, but Russell Wilson just gets drugged down for a sack. What was that Jesus Jones song? I don't know. Right here, right now. Is that? I mean, I is that? Yeah. Oh my God! Is that a dog in a box, or is it just a dog? Second and 16, throws behind the line of scrimmage to Javonte Williams, and he just gets carried out of bounds. It looked like Fred Warner was in there. Kittle got so lucky. He got to skip the short-lived Trey Lance era for the season. Look, another cat in the box. That one looks like a rice box. Oh wait. Okay. Oh no, Shelby, no. All right, third and long, 18 yards. He's got Williams in the backfield with him. Quick pass to Sutton. He catches it, but he's already down on the ground. I was going to get some takeout today, but I got some wings instead. Wings don't sound bad. Cat soup. So that's going to be fourth down. And the Broncos fans are literally booing. I can't, man. Nachos would slap right now. Yo, you right. Is that a monkey with a hammer? So they down that around the 1-inch line again. It's like the third punt today inside the 1 yard line out of the 15 punts we've watched in this game. There have been some great punts in this game. That's what I'm saying. But that's like the second or third one right there. Donkey Kong. Everyone is talking about how bad Hackett has been, but can we honestly talk about Josh McDaniels? What in the entire world? Yo, I don't have an answer for that. Like, I still think Hackett is bad. Like top tier bad. I feel like they're two new head coaches in probably what is considered the toughest division in the NFL. I think they're just flustered. And then you got Staley trying to kill Justin Herbert. And Andy Reid, who I don't even know what happened today. But, like, I just feel like they're a little flustered. And it's hard to explain because, like, I feel like the Raiders could be 3-0 or at least 2-1. I don't know if they would have beaten the Chargers. That's always a tough call. But dear Nathan, if you're out there, I genuinely feel sorry for you. You've been watching, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He was in here briefly. I don't think he's in here anymore. He said he was going to bed. But he's had a rough day in more than one way. I talked to so many Raiders fans this week in Nashville. My heart breaks for them. Look, as a Chiefs fan, it's hard for me to be sympathetic for Raiders fans, but Nathan's my bro. And so I feel for him. And, like, it's just, I don't know what's going on. Andy Reid did Andy Reid things. Yeah, it's the run game that really just flusters me. Like, you went out and got Ronald Jones. He's got fumble issues. You drafted Isaiah Pacheco and you drafted Clyde, and Clyde's getting better-ish. You've got all these guys. You got Jerick McKinnon as well, and you've got your fullback. And they don't do anything with them. Ever. Why you got 5 technically running backs on your roster if you're not going to use them? I think if we could have gotten 10% of a run game today, we wouldn't have had any problems. At all. I feel bad for them hiring McDaniels. I just feel like they should have kept Rich. They were rolling at the end of the year or the second half of the season with Rich. And then they went off the deep end, got rid of him, and brought someone else in. 1st and 10 from inside the 2, hands off to Wilson, and it gets back to the line of scrimmage. I don't understand none of it, man. The NFL's been whack this year. Like, the Jags are leading their division. The Texans don't look that bad, and the Titans and Colts are in the bottom. Well, I mean, the Texans are in, like, the bottom probably now because they're the only one without a win, but, like, they still don't look that bad. And then you've got the Lions out here, looking better, and you've got, I don't know, it's all confusing. 2nd and 10, Jimmy's like stuck in the back of his end zone, and he throws a pick six. I feel like Jimmy stepped out of the back of the end zone, though. I'm not going to lie. It looked like his heel went over the white line. And it looks like Trent Williams is down for the Niners. This is a disaster for Niners fans right now. Okay, so he did step out of the back of the end zone because I credited him 2 points. Oh, I bet the Broncos fans are pissed. Because that sure looked like it was going to be a pick six. Yeah, he was a whole foot, 2 feet out. I thought so. He's just lucky that he waited to throw that ball until he did. So now we've got a baseball score, even more than we did. But Trent Williams is down right now, and that is probably the scariest thing Niners can imagine, other than Deebo Samuel going down earlier. And after last year, the Titans, I thought they would have been favorites. I thought it was the Colts division to lose, but the Titans were going to be the team that battled them for it. Now, neither of them look promising at all, in my opinion. Chiefs' loss really struck me as a looking ahead game. The players overlooked the Colts, rightfully so. They're very bad, and look forward to the Bucks and let the game slip away from me. Yeah, I mean, I think part of that was that, and I think, well, the Chiefs themselves and also Andy Reid as a head coach don't play well against the Colts, and they just never have. And so that's part of it. And you have to take history in consideration. And it was 100% a trap game, and they just let it get in front of them. 4 were Mahomes and 1 was Kelsey. Yeah, I just feel like 1 with a fullback. San Fran doesn't need to fear this Broncos offense. That's a huge break. Yeah, definitely. I don't know, man. Yeah, why did Travis Kelce? Oh, wasn't it like a fumble situation, and that's why he ran the ball? Travis Kelce was like a 1-yard loss or something. I remember seeing it. I didn't not watching it, but I remember seeing that play come across my phone. I just need the Niners to win by any amount of points to beat my friend Steve. Niners, you just keep the score you had, because if the final score is 7-5, I'll laugh. Bengals made that loss to the Jets hit a little bit harder today. I'm gonna be real honest with you, Trevor. I really felt some deja vu coming on at the end of that Bengals Jets game, and I thought they were gonna do the same thing to the Bengals that they did to the Browns. It was 1 yard. I knew it was either +1 or -1, but it wasn't much. It was like a mishap kind of situation. But I was definitely getting that deja vu because they were down by only a score and a half or something like that. And I was like, oh, crap. So they're walking Trent Williams off the field very slowly with the cart behind him. Well, that's not a good look. Now the Bengals got the Dolphins on Thursday on a short week. 9:53 left in the third. The kickoff is up. Well, the punt, kick, whatever it is. Broncos return it, and they get to about the 27. It's considered a punt, right? Now there's a flag, and it kind of looks like a fight is happening. there's some words being exchanged. But isn't it considered a punt after a safety, but it's like not a drop kick punt, they leave it on the ground? Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't just get on the card either. Yeah, I hope he's good. Maybe it kind of looks like he just rolled an ankle, which I mean he's a big guy, so that's a lot of weight to go on a rolled ankle, but hopefully he's all right. So there was a hold on Denver, which was the flag before the exchange of words between these fellers. The Broncos have had 8 possessions and 6 3-and-outs. $260 million for this guy, man. They can't do nothing. They barely beat the Texans. They lost to the Seahawks, and now they're just struggling against the Niners. Russ should be used to playing against these teams. And his roster's not horrible. So they run it up the middle with Gordon, and he gets a couple. My mind is boggled that all but one of the Saints TDs this year have been fourth quarter. It's crazy. 2nd and 6. Throws, dumps it down to Gordon, and he breaks a tackle, but he inevitably does not go anywhere for about 2 yards. Well, you have to consider that one of the Saints games were the Bucks, and you remember last year one of the final score was like 6-3 or something in that game, or 9-3. So that's a defensive game. And then Atlanta, that was crazy, but it was all like fourth quarter comeback stuff. 3rd and 3 coming up. Wilson's alone in the backfield. And then this game was just rough on everybody, the Panthers game. But it is a crazy stat when you say it out loud like that, Tim. All right, 3rd and 3. Russ looks, throws, loads up, hits Cortland Sutton for a first down. This drive is not a 3-and-out. Yo, this game is like slow motion, man. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 36. Wilson's got a little bit of time, dumps it down to Gordon. He gets about a yard, and he's brought down. Russell Wilson has to know that Hackett sucks, right? I've never been happier. Freedom! I mean, yeah, I think so. But Russell Wilson, like, if we're being real, is one of the strangest guys in the league. So maybe not. Maybe he thinks Hackett is a blessing in disguise. 2nd and 10. Wilson loads up down real deep. He overthrows the 2 defenders and his receiver. There's a flag, so it might have been a free play. I looked up too late. Okay, it was a free play. Defense was offsides. It was Nick Bosa. I mean, we all know, so I would hope that he knows, but I don't know, man. I feel like Russell Wilson's like one of those like famous people that even if you got the chance to meet, I don't even know if I'd want to. All right, 2nd and 4 now after the 5-yard penalty. Hands it off to Gordon. He powers through, gets a first down. And they're finally getting some run game down a little bit now that they're only down 2 points. Such a weird game, man. Hang on a second. I'm going to go to the 49er depth chart because I really don't know who Jimmy G's backup is currently with Lance on the IR. 1st and 10. Looks like they hand it off. Guess we'll see what happens next Sunday in London. That's going to be an early game, I think. Brock Purdy. Who is that? He's only 22. 2nd and 4. Williams in the backfield instead of Gordon this time. Hands it off, and he's only able to get about a yard. Who do they got in London? I just saw like the preview for the Saints just a minute ago. Let's see. Southwest, South, Saints. Oh, the Vikings. They have the Vikings next week. It says Brock Purdy, College, Iowa State. He's listed number 3 on the depth chart behind Trey Lance. Hang on, I'll drop the link in the chat. And now there's going to be a flag. Hey, Brian, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Have a good night. Doing a flag on the defense. It's going to be a hold. So that's going to be an automatic first down for Denver. That Vikings game might be interesting. I feel like all the London games are interesting, just nobody watches them because they're so early in the morning. But I usually get up. Well, this time I'll be at work, but I usually get up and watch them. 1st and 10 handoff to Williams. He gets up almost 5 yards on the carry. 2nd down coming up. Someone needs to barricade Purdy's door for the next 4 Sundays to get Kurt in uniform. Man, I don't like that it's a Niners, but especially if Trent Williams goes down, I feel like Jimmy G might take a couple extra hits. So they don't got Nick Mullins anymore on their roster. So I feel like I don't even know if I've ever seen Brett Purdy even in preseason. I didn't watch that much. 2nd and 4, hands off to Williams, gets stuffed. Third down coming up. Petition for Kurt to be QB2. I think there's enough followers and supporters of Kurt between Grassi's channel and Twitter and his gaming channel that we might be able to get a petition going that the Niners would see. Yeah, I don't really know who this guy is, but he kind of looks like I don't even know. 3rd and 4, overthrows Jerry Jeudy. It's going to be 4th and 4. I'll be working as usual. Yeah, I will also be working in the mornings. Why is Russell Wilson actually bad now? Is he bad, or is it coaching, or is his team bad, or what? Because I just don't remember Russ looking this bad. All right, so they got Brandon McManus on to kick a 53-yard field goal attempt, and he missed it. San Francisco retains the 7-5 lead. He was wide about 3 yards to the right. Hey, Craig, thanks for hanging out as long as you did tonight. Appreciate you. Have a good one. That girl's just clapping, dude. That's so funny. Oh, she's clapping, and her kicker is the one who missed. This game is a joke. The score is 7-5. Come on. This might be the worst game of the week so far. Russ played through that injury last year. He might have done some damage. I think it's definitely possible, but like before he got hurt, he didn't look horrible, but he was out like 5 weeks or so, 6 weeks. I guess it's definitely possible. I didn't even consider that thumb injury he had last year or hand injury. He just doesn't look like, the Russell Wilson that we think of. Throwing deep balls and is his infamous moon balls or whatever. Granted, he doesn't have DK and Tyler Lockett, but he's got Jerry Jeudy, who's solid, and he's got a young receiving core, but a talented young receiving core. And he's got great backs. He is used to the West Coast style. Do the fantasy scores show all zeros for you guys like it did before? I didn't change anything. It must be a weird glitch. Let me check. It didn't earlier. Yep, mine's showing all zeros. This app is so strange. You should retire, in my opinion. Oh, must just be a glitch on our end then. Mine's showing zeros. It's hard to tell if he should retire or not. It could be like sometimes it's hard for quarterbacks on new teams. All right, let me try it again. Let me refresh it. Yeah, I refreshed and mine's still showing all zeros. All right, so the Niners are taking over at the 40. They're on 43. First and 10. Hands it off to Jeff Wilson. He's going to get the edge. He gets the first down and about 5 or 6 more yards. Let's go. I'm never starting Robbie Gould over Youngway again. Man, that's why I only keep like one defense and one kicker, so I don't have to make a decision. Like, I got what I got. It's so hard to decide between kickers and defenses sometimes. All right, first and 10, they run it with Wilson again. It looks like they're just trying to run clock. We're literally still in the third quarter. We got 3 minutes left. Is Youngway Q and BTS? I guess he could be. I never thought about it. I also had bad luck this week, but it was like slowly like working its way out. Like Tyreek Hill only had like less than 5 points or something, and that's who I was playing against. And I was like, okay, it's starting to balance out a little bit. Second and 10, and Jimmy G gets swallowed up back at the 50. The couch person came back. I was in there for a while. He's from New Zealand. Is he streaming football? That's so awesome. Maybe he went to bed. It was like, oh crap, I'm streaming, and came back. That was the most strange way for Jimmy to go down, like with that sack. Like he just kind of was like a bug on his back. Streaming this game. All right, third and 10 now from the Denver 47. And is it Monday? And he just missed Brandon Ayuk, incomplete, 4th and 18. Wait, I said third and 10, but it was 3rd and 18. So they backtracked a lot, and this game didn't, progress at all. Still 7-5. Still in the third quarter. That's so strange, John. I love that you stuck it out, though. All right, so for the 1000th time today, the Niners are punting. Kick is up. And it's inside the 4. You know what? The MVPs of this game are the punters and the special teams guys stopping the punts from going to the end zone. They're the only guys playing well. At least 5 of them. I logged off while a flash hailstorm hit my area. Yo, is everything okay? Yeah, that was very random, but that's crazy. The Niners don't even have an offensive coordinator this year. They didn't replace that Mike McDaniels or whatever. 1st and 10, Russ is going to throw from his own end zone, and it's nearly picked off out of the hands of a Broncos receiver. That was so lucky. That was almost a pick six. This game could have gotten exciting again. It was out of the hands of Melvin Gordon, and there was just no Niner around. 2nd and 10 now from the 6. They hand it off to Gordon this time. He fumbles it, and it looks like Wilson fell on top of it. Oh my gosh. Don't they have LaFleur's brother, or is he with Saleh? I feel like he might be with Saleh and with the Jets. Yeah, Russell Wilson was just in the right place at the right time to recover that. This is literally such a mess, man. 3rd and 13 now from, I believe, the 3-yard line. Russ is alone in the backfield. He's trying to find someone. Pressure's coming, and it's in and out of the hands of another receiver. 4th and 13. They're going to be punting from the back of their end zone again. It feels like the Broncos are cheering for the Broncos to be bad. Commentator just said, this has been bad. This is so bad. Y'all a bunch of real ones for sitting in here through this. 4th and 13. They punt. It's up. A pretty decent punt. He's going to field it at the 50. He's running right. He gets the edge 45, and he dives to about the 40. Hey, at least they're almost in field goal range. 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the Niner squad again. Russell Wilson looks horrible. Each offense is wasting a great performance by their D. Oh, yeah. I've got nowhere else to go. I mean, I guess me neither. That's why I'm here. It's almost 11, and we're not even in the 4th quarter yet. I feel like one of the games we did last week, I was done at 11. 1st and 10, they hand it off to, or toss it, whichever, to Debo, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Hopefully, they just let the clock run down, and this is the end of the 4th or 3rd quarter. They're trying to hurry up. What? They might be trying to catch him off. 2, 1. All right, and it's officially the end of the 3rd quarter. Oh my. Sunday night football games usually finish around 11 or a little past. Yeah, it's 10:45 and we just ended the 4th. I'm just, it's just crazy. I thought so. I didn't remember it being much later than like now. Okay. I just tuned in. I won't make the bad joke about this being a baseball score. Oh, I've already had plenty of time to make that one, but you're right though, Daniel. This is the probably the worst game I've watched through the first 3 weeks of the NFL. Neither of these teams truly want to win. Well, their defenses do, but neither of these teams' offenses want to do anything. This is definitely a barn burner for sure. All right, so I'm gonna keep track of how long this fourth quarter takes. Maybe they'll keep the commercials down. My dad is crashing on the couch, and he said this is the worst football game he's ever seen. I think I agree. This has got to be at least close, man. I know for a fact that last year the Washington Cowboys game, the one where the Washington defenders were on the sideline like fighting each other, and they put Cooper Rush in because they'd already run up the score, and it was like 50 to like 3. That one was pretty bad for me, but at least there was scoring. This one is like the opposite, but just as bad somehow. The high school kids score better than this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's been some pretty ugly Washington games in the last at least couple years for sure. My high school when I was a freshman was like a top football school. But after my freshman year, like all the athletics started going down. Like that senior class was really talented. Second and 10, Jimmy G gets pummeled as he throws, but he completes the pass to Jeffrey Jennings. Finally, something positive to come from either of these teams. Saints, but yeah, but that was like good defense. Like until the fourth quarter, it was like just a good defensive game. Jesus, Jimmy took a shot. That should be illegal to hit a man that handsome like that. The ball bobbled before. Oh, so it was incomplete. It looked like he got it almost tucked at least. Broncos are trying to let Russ cook, but he burnt down the whole kitchen. Third and 10. Let's see if they can do something. I mean, that was great, but he did take a shot, man. And he dumps it down to Jeff Wilson, and he gets 9 yards. I say just go for it at this point. Like, you could kick a field goal, but just go for it. Field goal makes it a 5-point game. Just do it. Like, what you got to lose at this point? Your defense is murdering the Broncos right now. Oh, nope. Here comes Robbie Gould. This is going to be the first score change since like the first half or right at the beginning of the third quarter. I can't tell because the third quarter lasted for 10 hours. 51-yard field goal attempt up, and Robbie Gould hits it. Now the score even looks more dumb somehow. I don't know how, but it looks more dumb than 7-5. It's 10-5. Oh, why does the place kicker or like the holder for that look just like George Kittle? Oh man, I'm gonna need like a mental cleanse after this game is over. All right, it's time to let Russ cook some more. 14-10 left in this game. Shanahan just settled for a field goal. In other news, Pigs have just acquired Flight. This is the first real kickoff we've seen since the first quarter, other than to start the half. And it's going to be a touchback. No return. Broncos start at the 25. Let's see if they get past the 25. I thought making the picks for this game yesterday when we did those give me a migraine because I thought too hard about it. But I'm just thinking too hard of every which way. I just feel like this game could have done better, and it just didn't. 1st and 10 now from the 25. Chargers, what happened? And Justin Herbert is hurt, and the Jags are apparently elite. I heard he beats up dogs. That's not funny. I just laughed because it caught me off guard. But if that's true, then F Robbie Gold. 2nd and 7 after they run it up the middle for a 3-yard gain. At least they're keeping the clock rolling. Russell fakes the handoff, loads up deep, first shot of the game, and it's in Jerry Jeudy's hands, and he just doesn't catch it. And now the clock stopped. It's 3rd and 7. Jerry Jeudy stinks. You're right. Judge Judy stinks. Oh, okay. I see what you did there. Man, he smacked him right in the hands. No, seriously. Is Jags Eagles next week a preview of the Super Bowl? It might be. I mean, honestly, at this point, it might be. Come on, man. I hope that makes that come on, man segment. You're down 5. Stupid. 3rd and 7. Russ looks, he runs, he decides to keep, and he extends. I don't think he got there for the first down. He's going to be short. Yeah, let's ride. Broncos country hates him, so it don't matter. I don't think he got the first down. I think he got tackled beforehand. It's going to be 4th and inches. We're officially under 13 minutes left. I need him to not score badly. No, Rod. Well, tell him to bring his horse out here, and maybe it'll do something. I don't think he got it. Here's your challenge. You have 1 left. Do it. Here he comes. Here it comes. Nathaniel Hackett is challenging the ruling on the field. Yo, I hope he loses, man. I don't know. It was really close. See, this last angle they just showed, it looks like it. His butt definitely crossed. It was straight up in the air. Whatever, as long as they don't spend an hour reviewing this, because it's really not worth all that. There was one angle I was really confident that he didn't, and then the next angle I'm maybe he did, but every other angle it felt like he did and then didn't. The ball did extend, but it was when he was down. Did it extend over when he was down? Because it stops as soon as the guy touches him when he's down, as far as the football goes. I thought before he's out. You might be right. Hopefully they'll not waste all night trying to figure it out, but we're still on commercial. Maybe they'll show it again. He could have passed to Sutton, or he should have passed to Sutton. Yeah, you right. How many more points do you need? Still 5, John? So the ruling on the field is going to stand. He was short. Okay, right there, that angle they just showed looked like he got it. Oh, wait, the next angle looks like he didn't, though. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, if it's happening to everybody, then it's probably fine. Except for Shelby. Shelby's fine, I guess. All right, 4th and inches. They're going to punt? Seriously? You're losing. I know you got time, but yeah, down the line he was short. But that first angle they showed right before that, it looked like he got it. All right. 4 to tie, 5 to win. Okay. Well, you need at least 4 then. Kittle's back on the field. Russ is going and caressing his sideline, talking him up. He's actually just reading the Bible to them, probably. I'm not judging nobody that reads the Bible, but he is the guy that would bring a Bible to an NFL game. 1st and 10. Jimmy launches down the field, throws, hits Juszczyk inbounds. That's his first catch today. Field goal with 12 minutes left in the game. Toe drag swag from Juszczyk. It was almost not even a drag. It was just like he held it on his toes for so long. All right, 1st and 10. Handoff to Wilson. He gets about 2 or 2.5. Just pound the rock, man. You can do it. 2nd and 8. They're showing a new O lineman that's in because I don't think Trent Williams has made it to the back to the sideline even. So that's probably not a good sign. 2nd and 8. Jimmy's alone in the backfield. He's got time. Throws. Hits Kittle. And gets a little over half the yards they need. So it's going to be 3rd and short. Under 11 left in the game. There's one Kittle reception. I feel like he's going to get a 3-yard target right here, too. And it's hard not to like that guy. Oh, 49ers are officially just ruled out Trent Williams. We all knew that, but I just got the update. All right, 3rd and 3. Pressure's coming. Throws, hits. Oh, he was targeting Debo, but it was broken up. Just go for it. Just go for it. I was watching the Patriots game earlier and thought, of course, Cole Strange wears number 69. And they punt. The kick is up. Looks like a good one. Oh, they lost track of it. They would have been able to trap it inside the 5 again, but the Niners special teams man just lost track of it. That's funny, Trevor. All right, back to commercial break we go. We'll come back. Denver starts at the 20. That is the only guy that the Rams were pissy about because I thought they could take in the 4th round, but the Pats took in the 1st. Man, Rams is just like a weird subject right now because I feel like they still don't look good. Oh, yours crashed too. Yeah, ours did. That's what we were talking about earlier. It's all of ours says 0 now. Everything about that guy is strange. Yeah, the person I'm playing against has, I think, Jeff Wilson in this game specifically. So, um, it's like completely glitched because the last time we had this issue, it was like mid game, and so it started adding points as the game still went along. So it's got to be really glitched out now because hers isn't even adding any points to that. If the catch was worth 1, you need 3 more points to tie. Well, you still got a chance because looks like these offenses are just going to continue to trade each other. For the last like 12 or 11 minutes we have, the Niners are going to try to run the ball, but Denver might try to throw it. I don't know. I can't predict nothing that's going to happen in this game. This is the most 3-and-outs in a game in Russell Wilson's career. They've had 8. Time to cook. And hand off to Javonte Williams. He spins and he almost got around, but then 3 more guys joined and put him down. No gain on the carry. We just cracked under 10 minutes of this game. Still a 5-point game. Anybody can win this game. Maybe he's trying to cook and ride at the same time. He should do one or the other. 2nd and 9. Okay, so they gave him 1 yard on that. They load up. They hit. That was Sutton for a short gain, maybe like 5 yards at max. His pro day strange. His look strange. Where he was drafted strange. His number strange. His career strange. His last name strange. That's called elite. 3rd and short coming up. For some reason, I foresee them throwing the ball when they could probably run it with Javonte Williams. They got Melvin Gordon out there. Maybe they still will run it. Hand off to Gordon. They get the 1st down. I leave again to pull up my fantasy. Was that a Sutton catch? Yeah, that was about a 5-yard Sutton catch. We're getting close. You might still get the chance to win, John. First and 10 now. Russell is tripped up, but he stays on his feet and he just throws it away. Yeah, Nick Bosa dove to try to catch him, just trips him up, but he somehow stays on his feet. But has nothing, just throws it away. It was a Sutton catch. I'm pretty sure he's number 14, right? This game's been so long that I cannot remember. 2nd and 10 now. Russ looks, throws, overthrows everybody. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. I think the pressure was coming that time. Let's see if mine ever came back. Nope, mine not back that high solely because of his attitude at the Senior Bowl and Pro Day. He would get beat bad, but he always came back on the next play and looked great. I mean, that's a good team player, good attitude to have. I get it. 3rd and 10. Russ is looking. He's got time. He's evading the pressure now. He finally throws, and he hits. I don't know who that was. I think it said number 9. He throws it on the run, hits him right on the money. The receiver comes back to catch it, helps him out. I don't know who that was. That was a 27-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Russ looks, checks it down to Gordon, and he's able to get a couple yards, pushed out of bounds. 2nd down. 7.5 minutes to go. Clock's still rolling. Second and 6. Kendall Hinton. See, I thought that's what they said, but I didn't want to say that and be wrong. That's the guy that played QB. Okay, I remember that last year. 2nd and 6, throws, hits Gordon again on the sideline. He drops it, but he scoops it back up, and it pops back out, but he's definitely down. I don't even know if that was a complete catch. QB Kendall Hinton, the GOAT. Oh, yeah, that was a fumble. All right, 3rd and 6 now. Clock's still rolling. 6.5 minutes to go. We're finally rolling. Russ looks, got time. He escapes. He decides to keep, takes off running, dives forward over the 25-yard line. This will put us under 6 minutes. We really haven't seen Russ use his legs all that much this game, but like he's finally starting to, and you know it's helping their offense move forward, I think. This might be the longest Broncos drive of the game also. First and 10 from the 25, 24. Russ looks, throws, hits Sutton again, and he dives forward to the 5. 1st and goal now for Denver. This is a game changer. Could they take the lead here? All right, 1st and goal from the 5. They better hope they don't get to the 1 or 2 because they will probably commit a turnover if they do. 1st and goal, keeps, Melvin Gordon, he's finally brought down at the 1. If he would have had one more little lunge, that probably would have been a touchdown. The Broncos have had 0 red zone touchdowns this year in 6 trips. Denver gonna win, huh? I don't know, maybe. Maybe this is gonna light a fire in Jimmy if they come down and score right here. Second and goal. Handoff to Melvin Gordon. He gets in for the touchdown. Finally, Denver's making some noise. Let's go. Oh, man. Now let's see if they go for 1 or for 2. Because 2 puts them up by 3. If they just kick the field goal, they'll still only be up by 2. I'm assuming they're going to go for 2. Yep, here it is. 2-point attempt coming up. First red zone touchdown for the Broncos this year. There's 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. I swear if this game goes to overtime. Okay. Incomplete. The pass was broken up, intended for Javonte Williams. It is a 1-point game. The score continues to look worse than it did before. So they're going to commercial. We'll have kickoff. All the Niners need is a field goal to try to win this thing. Wonder if anyone got this score right. Oh, man. Could you imagine? It ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. I wouldn't mind OT. I don't know if I can handle OT, to be honest. This is tough. This is a baseball score, 100%. If they pull this out, they're 2-1. Well, if either of these teams pull it out, then they'll be 2-1. But I don't even think Denver deserves 2 wins at this point. Not saying the Niners do, but geez. Pujols is goated. Aaron Judge also is goated, apparently. He's just racking them up this year. I think he tied a record or is about to tie or just beat a record. It's one of those 3 for sure. I stopped following baseball like a couple months ago, but I do see updates every now and then. The Pujols one is fun. I like watching that one. How many more games they got left? You might get a kettle reception on this drive. We'll see. Hopefully. Last game is next Sunday. I knew it was getting close. Kickoff is up. In the back of the end zone, touchback. 4:10 left. Tua definitely had a concussion. I don't want to hear otherwise ever. No, man. I saw the same thing happen to Patrick Mahomes when they played in Tennessee last year. when he stood up and then his legs just like gave out. And I think that also happened in the Browns, but I feel like it was worse against Tennessee. But oh, Trevor. Thank you, Tim. Trevor brought them in. They love him. But yeah, the fact that they brought him back in the second half was a little sus to me. 10-11 is not a scoreagami. 2nd and 3 now. Jimmy throws to Debo. It's batted up, nearly picked off. What's up, Peyton? Dave. It was not nearly picked off, but it was very dangerous. Bradley Chubb looks like he got a hand up in there. This camera angle on Shanahan's going to give me a stroke. It's just like... All right, 3rd and 3 now. Jimmy's alone in the backfield. He looks, and he hits Jessica Jennings Jr. for a first down. Hey, man, that bot wasn't me. No way. He definitely found a girl. These names are getting more creative every time they find this channel. All right, 1st and 10 now. Jimmy looks, throws, hits. Who's number 3? I don't think he's caught a ball yet. Oh, that's Ray. I don't mind defensive games, but this has just been a messy game. It's one of Puppet's alts. We're almost to the 2-minute warning. No homo, Dave. First and 10, Jimmy loads, hits, nearly picked off. It is picked off. Uh-oh. Are they really going to lose this game right now? .206 left to go. That definitely never hit the ground. That is an interception. It's like thrown up by one guy and dove and caught by the Griffith. Kittle does need to be more involved. Does touching ankle down? What? Oh, that man's so happy to catch an interception. The announcer said that was a ball that should not have been thrown. That is like Jimmy's number one downfall, is throwing an interception on a game-winning drive. I think ankle is foot. If they touch ankle, yes. Okay. It's going to be the 2-minute warning now. Okay. What a play by the Denver defense, though. If he steps all wrong and his ankle hits the ground, it is foot. Okay. 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 Well, we did not get a commercial break for this 2-minute warning, so that's good. I anticipate Denver to just run the ball. San Francisco to use some timeouts and try to get it back. They ran out of commercials probably in the first half when it took 2 hours to get to halftime. Why didn't they use the timeouts before the 2-minute warnings? I don't know. 2nd and 9, toss to Williams. He makes it to the line of scrimmage, and that's 3rd down. San Francisco is going to use their first timeout. 1:55 left. Debo looks like he's seen some stuff. But I assumed he touched the offensive person on the ground. Pregante. All right, 3rd and 9. They're probably going to try to throw the ball here. Or they might run the ball and make him use another timeout. I mean, that's what I would do, Dave. He gets 3. And he'll use all 3 of them. 3rd and 9. They do hand it off up the middle. There you go. Smart ball. To Melvin Gordon. San Francisco is probably using another timeout. The clock is stopped. San Francisco's got 1 timeout left. Jimmy's just going to go out there and throw another pick. Probably. Maybe they'll get a good return on it. Wait, man. Go, guy. Jimmy G may be a joke, but Jimmy G wins games. And he's handsome. Fantasy backup? Let me check mine. It is backup. Kick is up. Oh, he muffed it. He muffed it. This Denver dude's pointing this way like he can see underneath the 16 guys in front of him before anybody got there. All right, Niners retain. All right, Ray, they're sending you back to Pittsburgh. You muffed a punt. He had plenty of time to, return that a little bit, too. That's the worst part. Your dad thought a lot of Packers-Bucks games were boring, but I don't know. I like the games like that. I just got, tired of it. I didn't hate it. I just got tired of watching it because I was just myself tired today. If it had been another situation, I would have sat and watched the whole thing. 1st and 10, Jimmy's being chased, and he gets dropped down at the 3-yard line. Looks like Bradley Chubb. But I don't mind them. I really do, kind of enjoy just that defensive battle. Who's going to break it first? And that's kind of been what this game is. 2nd and 22 now. Clock's rolling. Jimmy steps up in the pocket. He dumps it down to Jeff Wilson Jr. and he fumbles it right into the Broncos' hands. That's gotta be game, right? That's gotta be game. Oh, great. Now Denver's going to be like in second place in the division and they're going to think they're going to the Super Bowl again. This team isn't good enough to beat like win a Pro Bowl game or a high school championship game. I don't know how Denver has 0 turnovers after the game they've played though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Denver's now tied with the Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs are a half a game ahead because they have a division win. Okay, so Kyle Shanahan is calling for there to be an offside called on that last play. It did look like he jumped a little early. Nathaniel Hackett's like, hug me, brother. I get to keep my job. I scored 11 points on primetime. Maybe the crowd will stop booing us. We win. Yeah, that's safety right there. If he hadn't stepped out of, well, he threw a pick six, so if he hadn't stepped out of bounds, he might have still thrown a pick six. So maybe. Like, it's hard to tell. Is Nathaniel Hackett going to use the rest of his timeouts? He's still got 2. And that is the game. The worst game. Just for the fact that it's messy and uncomfortable and nothing went right for anybody. I mean, the defenses did play well. I do not know how the Broncos won this game. I wonder who will be the first head coach fired in this season. Too early to tell. Well, the 2 or 3 contenders for the coaches I assumed getting fired first all won this week, so they're all safe for now. That's tough. Kyle Shanahan wants to. Yeah, it's not that he's gonna get fired. He just wants to quit. He looked completely miserable for at least the whole second half. It wasn't too bad in the first half. I don't know. GG's to all of you guys for sticking it out and watching this game too. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully Trent Williams is okay. Hopefully Deebo Samuel doesn't end up on the injury report list, even though he did come back and play in this game. I don't even know who else got hurt, but GG. Hopefully you won, John. I don't even know. That was really, really bad. I do enjoy defensive games, but I just feel like that was a bad game. I don't know. I don't even have like good thoughts the Niners I personally still feel are better than what we saw today, and the Broncos, even though they won, still just looked bad. And we got an NFC East matchup tomorrow night. It can't be worse than this, though. That's what I'm saying. Green Bay, Tampa was a good defensive grind out match. This was just bad. Tomorrow's got to be better. I always say the NFC East primetime games are not good, but it has to be better. Yeah, that's the most messed up part about this is now Denver's tied with the Chiefs, and the media is going to go wild about it all week. Denver scored 11 points tonight and won a football game. I mean, that's impressive. The fact that they scored 11 points and that they won, it's impressive in a bad way. My head hurts, man. I've said that every single day I've been on the channel or on the stream this week. So I just said my head hurts. I liked because I won. It was sloppy. But GG's on the win. As long as Saquon Barkley doesn't have like 30 points tomorrow, I should win in mine. We'll see. First team to punt 10 plus times and win since December 4th, 2016, when the Broncos defeated the Jaguars. Oh, yeah. Prime time. Living high. Every time the Niners lose a tight crap game like this, it makes me mad. It makes me mad, too. I don't know why. I just feel the anger. Good luck in your matches. Thanks, John. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tim, thanks for hanging out through the whole game with us. We'll definitely be back tomorrow around 8 o'clock or whatever time it is in your area. The game should start about 8:15 my time. So whatever time that game starts in your local area, about probably 10 or 15 minutes before. I can't really pull this crap against them. I don't know, Dave. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have very many answers for the NFL. I just feel like I don't understand anymore. Tough game. Fun chat. I feel like we had some good discussions in here despite this game dragging on. 3 out of 4 AFC teams won. Only one team from the NFC and AFC West won. And that was the Broncos. The worst one. Other than maybe the Seahawks. Alright, I'm going to close it down. I need to get some rest, or I don't know what I need. But who's winning tomorrow, G-Men or Cowboys? I'm rocking with the G-Men, but it's really a coin flip. If I had a coin right now, I'd flip it, and that'd be my answer. I'm going to put up a poll in the community tab as soon as I end this stream for tomorrow's game, so you guys can get in there and vote so I can see what you guys have to say and what you think. Also, there was a couple other polls in there. One was a bunch of games, and then two, there's one referring to the channel. The Rams won too. That is right. So if you want to get in there and leave any kind of suggestions or at least vote in that poll, it's up right now, plus the one I'm about to put up there. Like I said, all I have right now is tomorrow night, Cowboys versus the G-Men. We're going to be in there. Giants, Dallas, and Green Bay, Chicago, always in prime time. Yeah, 2 games I feel like don't need to be in prime time just because Green Bay owns Chicago, and the only NFC East team that anybody wants to watch right now. Well, the Giants have earned a case, but is the Eagles. But I'm going to get off here. Go check out the polls. I'll have them up in less than 5 minutes. I'll see everybody in here tomorrow as long as you guys come and hang out. Have a good rest of your night. Much love, and I will see you guys then.